Buck it is.
Your hosts, Tony Gwynn Jr.
You know what? It fits in line with your like of sports.
And Chris Ello.
Kind of rooting for you in the Fantabulous Sports Game Show until a moment ago. Now I hope you get your butt wiped again.
Oh, whoa. That means something else.
It's time to get you up to speed on all things sports.
Yes!
With plenty of nonsense in between.
Oh, look! Here comes our fearless producer!
Gwynn and Chris starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
And we welcome you in, everybody. Gwynn and Chris. A Wednesday afternoon, midweek get-together here on San Diego's number one sports talk station, 97.3 The Fan. Chris Ello, Matt Skraby, together in our Odyssey Palace studios. Tony Gwynn Jr., along with the rest of the Padres, tail between their legs as they head towards St. Louis and the finish up of this 10-game road trip to start the second half of the season. Obviously, you know by now, or I'm assuming you know by now, Padres were not shut out today, but, they would have been shut out if the Marlins could play any defense, right? The Padres scored, I think, one unearned run, and the other run was a result of Sanchez looking like me going after that line drive in right field and racing right past the ball.
That was kind of funny.
That was kind of funny, yeah. He really reminded me of like a kid in Little League.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, kids in Little League, they just make a beeline for the ball, and then the ball's not there. But that led to the other run. Otherwise, they might have been shut out today. But 3-2, Marlins get the win. And look, all year long, very simple, right? The Padres have dominated in one-run games. And guess what happens? They lose back-to-back one-run games, 22-16 now in that category. They still lead Major League Baseball with the 22 one-run victories. They're tied with the Giants, but now 16 one-run loss. That is actually pretty remarkable that 38 of their 102 games have been decided by one run. That is almost 40%. So, this is pretty normal. I honestly was more ticked off losing last night than tonight or today. You get the double by Merrill last night, and you got the tying run at second base with nobody out. You got the reliever on the ropes, and all you need is a ground ball to the right side by a left-handed hitter. And they can't get it. Cronenworth pops up to short left field. That was the game. After that, now you're leaving it to Iglesias and Trenton Brooks. And, of course, Trenton Brooks came up in another big spot today. And before you MF Trenton Brooks.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, because people are so mad at Trenton Brooks. They're ripping Trenton Brooks up one side and down the other. And, look, Trenton Brooks is Trenton Brooks. Not his fault. He's the only option. He is the absolute only left-handed bat option. And it underscores what we've been talking about, throughout the season. This is a wildly imperfect team. If you're looking for a perfect team, this ain't it. Yeah, you got the obvious holes in left field and DH. You've got, the injuries on the pitching staff and everything else. But one of the things that you really have or don't have, however you want to look at it, is a bench. This is the worst bench I think I've ever seen the Padres have.
Okay.
You name a worse bench than this one.
I was going to say, there's got to be a worse bench somewhere in the history of the game.
I understand that. They've been playing for 50-some-odd years. So you're probably right. There's probably a season somewhere where you could point to it and say that bench was worse than this one. But let's just run down the guys that are on the bench and have been on the bench. What have you got from Tyler Wade? 206, 9 RBIs. Brandon Lockridge, 216, 5 RBIs. I don't know that Jason Hayward qualifies as a bench guy, but he was one of the extras. He hit 176, 2 home runs. Oscar Gonzalez, 220, nothing. Trenton Brooks, 150 now with 1 home run. Yuli Gurriel, 111, no home runs, 3 RBIs. Bryce Johnson, 333, but, 2 extra base hits. He's really not very dangerous. Campusano's gone 0 for 21.
Oh, man.
Tirso Ornelas went 1 for 14. Connor Joe 0 for 9. And Mason McCoy 0 for 5. That's the makeup of your bench. Now, you tell me, out of any, I just named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 11 guys. And I'm not even including your backup catcher who's on your bench as well. But let's just, consider those guys, starters. Those 11 guys that I just named have combined for 3 home runs the entire season, and 2 of those were by Jason Hayward, who, in respect, was a starter when he was here. So and Jose Iglesias, by the way, who's also on the bench, doesn't have a home run either. You have 1 home run off your bench all year, Trenton Brooks. He's the only bench player who's even hit a home run. So I ask you again, can you go back through the history of the Padres and find a worse bench than that? I mean, there's nothing Mike Schilt can do. He can only put in there the guys that he has at his disposal to put in there.
And to be fair about the home run comment, they don't hit home runs anyway.
Right.
So.
Well, they've got 86 home runs. Not like they don't have any.
But
I mean, you played 102 games, and you look down your bench, and you have 1 total home run to choose from. That's pathetic. And I think that, that to me is where, the game yesterday is lost. Last night, the game today is lost. You don't have anybody to go to. And the Padres, great team. We've talked about this a lot. The Padres, to me, seem like a team that is better than the sum of their parts. When you look at their overall hitting and you look at their power, you just said, and you look at, their inability for long stretches to hit with runners in scoring position, and you look at starting pitchers, like Dylan Cease, who is just way below what Dylan Cease is. He's got 3 wins all year. Randy Vasquez has 3 wins all year, and can't get out of the 5th inning. And you've been mixing and matching with Kolek and Bergert and Kyle Hart and all these guys. And, so you put all that together, you say, wow, what are they, 10, 15 games under 500? But they're not, right? They're 8 games over. So in that regard, you say, okay. But the one thing that great teams always seem to have is the no-name guy who comes out of nowhere and wins the game for you. Don't they?
Yeah.
You go back. I mean, I mentioned the name Champ Summers on our roundtable last week, and you laughed and said, who the hell's that?
I thought it was an Anchorman character.
Yeah, right. Every 1984 Padre fan will tell you that Champ Summers, Kurt Bavacqua, those were the 2 bats off the bench that, came in and did things and helped you win some games. All good teams have that. Padres don't. They absolutely flat out don't. And, it's going to be an interesting 8 days to see what A.J. Preller does. We could spend the next 4 hours guessing what he's going to do. But I would say one thing that might be underrated that he needs to do is basically get rid of everybody that's on his bench right now and try to replace it with 5 or 6 guys that can do something.
I don't disagree with that. Outside of Iglesias.
You're right. Iglesias has been a very valuable guy, if nothing else, for his defense. He had an RBI again today.
But remember, we were saying that Iglesias was awful about a month ago.
Yeah, but these guys are awful. I'm 102 games into the season, and I can't come up with any other adjective to describe them. We've got a lot to do today. We got 4 full hours. SDFC is heading into the League's Cup at the end of the month. You soccer fans, don't go anywhere. Tom Mayo, the executive director of that tournament, will explain it, talk about why it's so important to SDFC and the MLS in general. We've got our notes on a scorecard. Here it is, my wife's shopping list. Got today's notes on a scorecard.
Oh, wow. It's 2 pages long today.
It's 3.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's 3.
Do we need to clear out an hour for
Clear
it?
out some time. It's a little ways away. We're not going to do it till the 3 o'clock hour, but you're not going to believe who I'm blaming today's game on. You're absolutely not going to believe. But notes on a scorecard will expose the reason why the Padres lost today. We'll get to that in the 3 o'clock hour. Also in the 3 o'clock hour today, we're going to do a guest version. We did it last week with Tony not here. We're going to do it again today. We're going to give one of you listeners a chance to play Chris's Fantabulous Sports Game Show. Chris versus the Fans, Big Five. Gwynn and Chris, we're underway. Welcome to it. Happy Wednesday. The gondola pulls in.
Yeah.
It goes very slow.
Yeah, it slows down
like
for everybody.
really slow. As we're getting off, over to my left, there's a couple getting in the gondola, going up the mountain. So it's the opposite for them. They're standing there. The gondola comes up. The door opens. You step on. Well, there was a commotion.
Uh-oh.
There was a commotion.
Someone fell?
There was a commotion, and Lori goes, "Hey, there's a commotion."
She said commotion?
I don't think she said that, but we go kind of not hustling, but walking over there quickly. There's a lady who has fallen as she's trying to get into the gondola. She's now got one leg in the gondola.
Oh, no!
The other leg and body trapped underneath the gondola.
90.
No, she's probably in her late 50s. How do I say this best?
Oh, she's heavyset?
She's in the shape of somebody who's in their 70s. You've got to rescue the poor lady. She's trapped under the gondola. Of course, as soon as she falls and there's the commotion, the guy running the station stops the gondola.
Okay, I was going to
Which means everybody on the mountain and 4 miles away has to stop. Everybody has to stop while we try to extricate the lady from the gondola.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Underneath the gondola. She's got one leg on the gondola. The rest of her body is underneath the gondola. And when I arrive to see what's going on, I'm kind of the first or second person there.
You're a first responder?
Pretty much. The guy running the gondola place is busy stopping
traffic.
The ride.
Yeah.
No, he's stopping the ride.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we're kind of first there. Lori's behind me. The lady's on her back. She's looking straight up in the air. And the only description I have is one of utter panic and utter terror combined with total helplessness.
Oh, I thought you were going to say embarrassment.
No, total helplessness. She's not only trapped, but she's not even remotely doing anything to help herself. She's kind of in a panic, and you think something terrible is going to happen, or she does.
Okay.
I go over there. First thing, breathe.
That's what you said?
I told the lady to breathe.
Good. That's good.
I said, you're going to be okay.
That's good.
Just breathe.
That's good.
Try to relax.
No, that was the perfect thing you could have said.
As I'm stupidly pulling this 250-pound gondola, trying to pull it off of her. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're getting
the gondola is way heavier than 250 pounds.
Yeah, right. 1,000-pound gondola.
So you're trying to move the gondola.
Just move it a little.
Is her leg how is she attached to this gondola?
Well, I told you her one leg's actually on the gondola in the doorway.
Okay.
Then the rest of her body's underneath. What is stuck with her in the gondola is her belly, not her leg.
Oh no.
That's right. Okay.
No.
So I'm pulling. By the time finally a couple more people pull and we are able to get enough airway to get her to scramble out of there. And then she immediately stepped on the gondola to go take her ride up the mountain. And off she went.
This is
I felt like I saved her life. I really do. I honestly feel like I almost saved her life.
I kind of will credit you with this.
You know, she was. I think if I didn't tell Crisello, Tony Gwynn Jr.'s idol, Matt Skraby's in the studio. So is Sam Levitt. Go home.
I know.
Go home.
Seriously.
He just did a post-game show for like 3 hours. He's in here. I don't know what he's doing.
He's trying to get a picture of me for some reason.
All right. Twins and Dodgers. Twins and
Go
Dodgers
are
tied 1-1. Dodger Stadium, if you want to keep an eye on that. Yes, Shohei Ohtani has homered again. 5th game in a row. That ties a Dodger record. I think the Major League record is 8 games in a row. So Ohtani has a little ways to go there. He's got 37 home runs. He hit the home run off of the Sheriff. Chris Paddock is pitching for the Twins and actually pitching well, but did give up the home run to Ohtani. They're tied 1-1. We'll keep you up to date there. The Giants did pick up some ground earlier today, thanks to the guy I love to hate, Rafael Devers. Hit 2 homers today and made a winner of Justin Verlander. That's interesting because that is his first win of the year.
He's 1-8.
1-8 now. Verlander got the win in that one. Giants moved to within a game and a half of the Padres for the final wild card spot. Padres are on their way to St. Louis. Cardinals figure to be in an excellent mood when they arrive home. They're currently being shut out at Coors Field. 5-0 by the suddenly rampaging Rockies, trying to win that game and win the series over the Cardinals. Padres are there starting tomorrow, and Tony is on his way. I was talking about the bench in the first segment, and I destroyed them. But I want to say this. It's funny how time plays tricks with your mind.
It does.
And I remember,
especially during a baseball season.
Well, here's what I'm talking about. Champ Summers, okay, I'm going back to this guy. 1984, coming off the bench for the Padres. And I'm thinking, man, he really contributed that year.
Did he not?
1 home run, and he hit 185. So he wasn't exactly great. The best bench guy the Padres had that year, maybe Bobby Brown, who was a backup outfielder, had 29 RBIs. Luis Salazar was a backup infielder. He had 3 home runs. But the big booming bat off the bench that year, some guy named Bruce Bochy. He had 4 home runs off in a reserve role. But so that was the 84 team. So they didn't exactly have monster guys off the bench. And you know what? Neither did the 98 team, I hate to say. Mark Sweeney was probably the best of the lot, our friend Mark Sweeney. But he only finished up at 234 that year with a couple of home runs. Jim Leyritz, who was kind of a postseason hero, but during the regular season, off the bench, 4 home runs, 266. John Vanderwall was always a great pinch hitter, but not so much that year. Hit 240 off the bench for the Padres. Anyway, so benches come and benches go, I guess. I still think that this bench could use a major upgrade.
Yes.
And we'll see if that's something the Padres can accomplish.
You ain't lying about, Chris.
Yeah, we'll see if they can accomplish that along with everything else they're trying to accomplish here over the next 8 days. The trade deadline is next Thursday. We have a baseball Padre roundtable tomorrow from 10 to 11. And then tomorrow afternoon, this show will set sail for a couple of days without our captain, Matt Skraby. Going to take a couple of days off.
Wow.
Do you even know how to do that?
Yeah, no, because
Adam
Adam
know
was
what
like,
to do with yourself.
Adam and I were trying to plan things out, and I was like, "Don't worry, I'll just take care of it." He's like, "No, you're on vacation.
You're off. You get a couple of days off.
It's hard for me to step away."
Yeah, well, we need it. We need it. We need the vacation from you as much as you need the vacation from us.
Yes.
So, Skraby will be gone.
I need to get away from all that. I'm picking a perfect time for this when Trenton Brooks is the next guy that needs to be fired.
He's been DFA'd.
I've said this many times this year.
Yeah, I know.
Be mad at AJ Preller and the front office, not Trenton Brooks.
Yeah, they've done a terrible job putting this bench together. They just have. And I've been, nobody's been more, complimentary of AJ going out and getting Nick Pivetta and going out and get Gavin Sheets. I mean, where would you be without those two guys? So, that's part of, why this team is good. But part of why this team is not better is because they haven't been able to do anything with the bench. Now, that also may, shed a little light on the fact that you had the ownership.
Yes. I don't
want to say upheaval. But
it wasn't an upheaval. It was a conflict.
Yeah, the conflict which you had during the offseason. And bench guys do cost a little money as well. And the Padres didn't really invest in that. And
Jurickson Profar was one who said after, he said, yeah, it did contribute to my decision to go to another team.
That part of it, yeah.
Because, there's an unknown.
Yeah, well, Jurickson made the right decision for sure.
I was just about to say.
Because the Braves are having a hell of a year. They're now 44-57 It's been a nightmare.
Like they have
year
not been able to climb themselves out of that hole that they started.
No,
in.
they started in a hole, and they've stayed in a hole after they lost again today to the Giants. I had a bad day yesterday. I told you why. Remember, I began the day stepping in my dog's poop.
Yeah.
That I didn't see. Walking around in the dark early in the morning. It continued on the golf course where I couldn't
do anything,
put anything together on my golf day. But I got to tell you, Skraby, after the show last night, it brightened up.
Really?
It really did.
I'm happy to hear this.
And I want to thank my goddaughter, Brooke, and her 2-year-old son, Leo, for changing my perspective on things.
Wow.
And I'm telling you guys this story out there because it's a simple thing, but sometimes life's simple things make all the difference.
It does.
And yesterday, Brooke is here from Las Vegas visiting with Leo. And for the first time, we took Leo to the beach. And he's 2 years old, and we took him down to Coronado, and he was dressed in his Sunday best. He had like nice pants on, nice collared shirt. They took his shoes off. He went running through the sand for the first time.
Wow.
And then he got down to where the water comes. Skraby, I just sat there for a half an hour and watched him play in the dirt. And that's all I needed to change the perspective on my day.
I like this.
He had more fun than I've had combined in the last year, probably. And by the time it was over, you have never seen more sand stuck to a human being than was on this child after a half an hour of rolling around in the water and the sand and the dirt and the mud for the first time in his life. But he had so much fun. And I loved it. And I got to give Brooke credit as a mom. She just let him play around. So many parents are like, yeah, don't do that. Don't get dirty. You can't get your pants there. No, let your kid go out and play and let your kid roll around in the dirt. That's what they do. And let them discover stuff. Yeah. And it was so fun to watch. And I'm sharing it because I message to everybody out there. Go do some simple things. If you're having a tough day, take the dog for a walk.
Yeah.
Watch your kid play for a little while.
Yeah.
Don't always – here I go. I'm going to be the Dr. Spock of parenting here.
Dr. Spock.
But, instead of giving your kid a video to watch on your phone, take them outside and let them play in the dirt for a while. They're going to like that a whole lot better. And you're going to like it a whole lot better.
I mean, I say it all the time about my walks with Lucky. Sometimes I'm walking things are like stressful and I got stuff going on. And then Lucky wants to smell the flowers. And I'm like, you know what? You're right, Lucky. I should stop and smell the flowers.
Let a 2-year-old kid, just discover and live in wonderment for a minute. And that will brighten up your day.
Totally will. That's what I love about hanging out with my nieces is that they give me a new perspective and they make me realize that sometimes my problems aren't that big of a deal.
Yeah. And then, Leo went home today and now I feel like I got all kinds of problems again, but it did go away.
And then the Padres did what they did today.
And put me back. A crappy game. And
there's no bench. Trenton Brooks.
They can't hit. And I'm going crazy upset again.
Wandy Peralta. I'm just naming guys that have been in the crosshairs this year.
They've all spent a little time in the crosshairs this year, and we still got 60 games to go. So make way for the rest of the people in the crosshairs. Anything else today, Skraby, that I missed? Do you want to get to?
I just want to say real quick that this has been a disappointing series for me more than one way because the Dodgers have been I think they're 3-11 in their last 14 games.
They are, yeah.
And the Padres had a perfect opportunity to take some games and make their way back. Also, Sandy Alcantara is a brand name at this point. He's not the same guy he was when he won the Cy Young. I went and did the math. In the last 4 starts, he has an 8.61 ERA.
Yeah.
Why does it seem like the Padres always end up being the get-right team for a guy who's struggling?
Sandy Alcantara, well, they did bomb him pretty good the first time around when he pitched here.
Okay.
So let's give them
all
that.
Right, you're right.
But he came into the game with a 7.14 ERA. He left the game at 6.66. That is still the worst ERA in baseball.
Yeah.
There's nobody below him.
Among
And
starters or
among guys with enough innings to qualify.
Okay.
Next worst is Zach Gallen, followed by our friend Chris Paddock in terms of that. But no, you're right. This was the 46th time. 46 in 102 games. It's almost half the games that a quality start has been pitched against the Padres.
I think this is a big stat because
it's huge.
Because the only other teams in baseball that have more, the Royals are right there, so I can't say that they are, but I know the Rockies are the first
team.
The
Royals and the Rockies are the worst two teams. They've had more quality starts against them than the Padres, but only by a few.
Yeah.
The Padres are right there on their heels. So you're right. For this team to be in a playoff position, despite 46 times being held to a quality start, that's I don't know if that's good or bad. I can't tell. It's bad that it's happened, but it's good that they've somehow overcome it and they're still on their feet.
Yeah, I think that we all need to wait for this trade deadline. Then we can really, if we're not happy with what happens at the trade deadline, then we can really start asking some questions. But until then, I don't think we can.
Well, the 8 days are going to be interesting, but the funny thing, baseball's not going to stop.
No.
Right? They're going to still have to play for these next 8 days.
And they play 4 games against the Cardinals.
It would behoove them to win some of these games. And here's the other thing that you can be a little frustrated by, Skraby, if you so desire.
Yes, please.
They have, the Padres, I'm talking, have dominated winning teams or losing teams this year.
Yes,
right? They were
have.
31 or 34-11, something, I mean, just insane. And now they just went 3-3 against losing teams. And guess what's happening now? St. Louis, Mets, St. Louis, Arizona, Boston, San Francisco, LA, Seattle.
Those are all good teams.
That's the next month. There's only one losing team in that bunch, and that's Arizona, and they're not exactly a pushover.
Yeah.
So you've got a month straight of games against winning teams, and the Padres against winning teams are not very good. They have not been very good at all.
Well, now I'm scared.
I think they're 18-31.
Now I'm scared.
So, yeah, be scared. Be scared.
We did say this August last week on the roundtable was going to be the make or break for the season.
Well, it's going to start a little early with St. Louis. St. Louis, they play 7 of the next 10 games. St. Louis is one of the easier teams on their schedule in the next month.
I would also say this real quick, even though I just gave you the break sign. The Marlins aren't as bad of a team as their record indicates, I don't think.
No, the Marlins are good.
Yeah.
But you got to beat these teams.
You do.
And, you got to score a couple of runs against Sandy Alcantara.
You do.
You just do. You said it. You can't let the worst pitcher in baseball, which is what he statistically is,
look like an ace.
Shut you down. 7 innings, no earned runs.
And can Luis Ariz please take a walk?
We'll get to that in the notes on a scorecard. That's coming up in the 3:00 hour. We'll get back to the Padres and why they lost today in the 3:00 hour. But before that, we're going to get into a little of this soccer tournament. It's a big deal. It's coming up at the end of the month. SDFC takes a little break from the schedule to try to do some good for the franchise and the league that they're in. Tom Mayo, executive director, joins us next. You kickheads out there, stick around for more Gwynn and Chris coming up.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
And I want to work on that.
And now, the challenger, representing the San Diego Padres, number 20, Kyle Higashioka. ends the round with 7 home runs. And he has earned a trip to the semifinal matchup. Now the challenger in this semifinal matchup, number 20, Kyle Higashioka. No doubt about that one. And it's gone. That one carried on to Lansdowne. That one is gone. He now has bonus time. Just 1 minute remaining. No question about that one. And he has passed it up to put up in the championship matchup. And that ends the round. Finishes. Let's see what he can do. And now, the challenger in this championship round, Kyle Higashioka. And it's gone. That one carried on to Lansdowne. That one is gone. And he's earned 30 seconds of bonus time. Just 1 minute remaining. That's gone off the right pole. There's a home run. Seconds left. And now, the challenger, representing the San Diego Padres, number 20, Kyle Higashioka. Oh, that's a monster home run. That's a home run. He's earned 30 seconds of bonus time. Just 1 minute remaining. 4 in a row now. It's out of here. That one went up into the monster seat. Another home run. And that ends the round. He ends the round with 7 home runs. And he has earned a trip to the semifinal matchup. Now the challenger in this semifinal matchup, number 20, Kyle Higashioka. No doubt about that one.
Hi, welcome back to Gwynn and Chris. 2:37 is the time. Chris Ello, Tony Gwynn Jr. traveling with the Padres. They'll be in St. Louis, start a 4-game series tomorrow. Matt Skraby alongside here in the studios. Under the category, Skraby, of Misery Loves Company, Padres feeling a little of that misery today after losing back-to-back games to the Marlins by 1 run. They do have company. Look, the Tigers got beat again by the Pirates, swept in Pittsburgh. The Tigers, who had been the best team in baseball for almost the whole season, they don't even have the best record in the American League right now. They've lost 9 out of 10.
Ooh.
The best record in the American League at the moment belongs to the Blue Jays and the Astros.
Wow.
They've both passed the Tigers. And you already mentioned it earlier. The other team struggling is the Dodgers, right? They've lost 11 out of 14. And even though the Padres could have picked up more ground, they picked up some. They currently stand 4 games back. Dodgers and Twins still tied at 1. They're going to the top of the 7th inning at Dodger Stadium. Ohtani homered for the Dodgers run. One last thing. Who has the best record in baseball right now? What team? I gave you the American League leaders, Houston and Toronto, but they're not the overall leader. Who has the best record? The Brewers do. The Milwaukee Brewers. They've won 9 out of 10, and they're winning in Seattle today 10-2. So it looks like Milwaukee will end the day with the best record in baseball. I don't know anybody who thinks that the Milwaukee Brewers are the best team in baseball.
They're playing well.
They are playing well. All right, we've got our soccer guy, and we're talking soccer because it's coming up, the League's Cup. And it starts here on July 29th. And joining us to talk about the League's Cup is Tom Mayo, Executive Director of the League's Cup. Tom, we're getting excited. We're getting fired up for this tournament. Welcome to the program. And I think more than anything, we're glad we're involved because San Diego has this expansion team and looking forward to going to work. Talk a little bit about the League's Cup and what it means to us in San Diego and what it means to the MLS as a whole.
Look, thank you for having me on. Look, I appreciate the support for soccer. And look, the San Diego being in the League's Cup it's huge for us. I mean, I went down in person 3 months ago, and I met the team, I met the front office team, we met some of the players, saw the facilities, and then we saw what an amazing first season you're having. It's just the response that the communities, that you've got from the community. So we're just delighted to bring the League's Cup to you in just under 7 days. So the League's Cup is the best in North America. So MLS is the best in USA and Canada. And then you've got Liga MX, which is the best in Mexico. Now, those 2 leagues, the 3 countries, come together for 1 month and to find out who is the best in North America. Now, the real trick is that the top 3 clubs also earn a chance to go into the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and they can also then go on to the Club World Cup. So this is a pathway to becoming the best club in the world, but it's also, first and foremost, this is the best club in North America.
We're talking to Tom Mayo, Executive Director of the League's Cup here on 97.3 The Fan. And my next question is, because I see that it goes from July 29th and the championship game is on August 31st. Now, this is not this does not go against like an MLS record, correct? These are not sanctioned MLS matches, but they are matches that are very important because of what you just said, that they can become the best team in North America in that.
Yeah, this is a CONCACAF championship. So it's authorized by CONCACAF. It's in its 3rd year. So we're building something, akin to the Champions League in North America. So we're not only are we looking, in the next 8 or 9 days, but also building for the next, 10, 20 or 30 years. So, we've got long-term planning, but also trying to build awareness for this new tournament.
Tom, all right, here's what I've been understanding about the League's Cup. The MLS is still, even though the league is so much greater and more popular than it's ever been, the MLS is still looking for respect on a world stage. And the beginning of that would be to get respect by winning, their teams performing best in the League's Cup and getting the advantage over Liga Mexico. And therefore, putting their best foot forward to, as you said, go on to CONCACAF maybe do well in North America and beyond. This is that important. Like, everyone in the MLS is going to be watching these games, rooting for these teams, San Diego included, to do well. It seems as simple as that, right?
100%. I mean, this matters. This is broadcast to over 100 countries globally, and the world is tuning in. We want this to be a sort of a cornerstone of the US sports calendar. But this matters. I mean, I was going to talk to the players, Chucky Lozano, and he's competing against his home club.
Yeah.
San Diego competing against the home club, Pachuca, in that opening match. And it means a lot. I mean, he's incredibly passionate about, taking the win. What's really good about these games, and don't forget, is this is a decision. You get points. Like, there is no draws. If we have a draw, we're going to penalties. So a team is taking home points every single night. It's a win or a loss. Okay, and then the top four in East and West division go through into the quarterfinals. So you're guaranteed Liga MX and MLS in the quarterfinals.
Talking to Tom Mayo about the Leagues Cup, and San Diego, the SDFC hosts Pachuca on July 29th, August 1st, and Mazatlan on August 5th. Now, if you're in San Diego, obviously you want to go and watch all those games, but which team is the one? I hear that Pachuca is the game that people are really going to get excited about.
Yeah, Pachuca's, look, it's an opening game for us. It's a real kickoff to the tournament. And then don't forget Tigres. Now, the Tigres tour, they're a huge supporter base of Tigres, and they're traveling into town to come and join the tailgate parties, to come and join the festivities. But don't forget, we've got that third game, Mazatlan. That's the crunch game. So if San Diego, if they're on the precipice of qualifying, this game matters, because if they win that, they're into the quarterfinals, and on their way to being the best club in North America.
Yeah, it all starts, Skraby mentioned, next Tuesday, July 29th, will be the Pachuca match at 8 o'clock, Snapdragon Stadium. Then Tigres comes in on Friday, and then you play right again the following Tuesday. So it's 3 matches in a span of 8 days. And, as Tom mentioned, and the world is watching. And, we're still getting used to the whole idea of teams taking a break, from their season to compete in a league, cup and a format like this. But the NBA is kind of teaching us that this kind of thing can happen and there can be great interest in it. But this is the way soccer always operates, right, Tom? I mean, from Premier League to, Bundesliga, whatever it is, these teams all compete in Euro tournaments, etc. And this is how you make your mark in the world of soccer, right?
Correct. And, MLS is in comparison to the European League, it's a lot younger. So, they're going through the same, the Premier League did years ago, and making those, smart decisions. This is the best in North, this is the best in North America, the MLS Cup. So it's just an evolution of the game. And with the Club World Cup here and the Football World Cup here, there's so much more interest at the moment in soccer. We've packed out stadiums, great new sponsors joining. So this is an exciting time to be in the beautiful game, as they say.
Tom, how do people get tickets that don't have tickets yet? Is it as simple as contacting SDFC? Is there a Leagues Cup web page they can also go to? So I want to make sure everybody knows how to get in.
Go straight to SDFC.
Okay.
Go head to their web page. They've got tickets available there. You should be able to head up on the night. There'll probably be some tickets available, or maybe some we might have some sellouts because it's heading that way at the moment. So jump online right now, get your space in the stadium, or reserve your space on the sofa. Yeah,
and one last thing: once the 3 matches are over, in the 3 matches in 8 days, and let's say that SDFC, does qualify, quarterfinals, etc. Where does it go from there? Where do the matches go? Is that still to be determined, or, how does this tournament kind of, finish up and keep going after the round robin's done?
So there are some privileges based on last year's tournament ranking. So the top 6 Liga MX clubs and LA Galaxy as well. So if those clubs are in it, they'll be the hosting those games.
Okay.
But if they're not in it, then it's the Leagues Cup organizing committee that will be making those decisions based on the ranking. So look, we could potentially see for the knockout games in San Diego.
There could be more in San Diego, and I am going to tell you something, man. You know, Tom, the San Diego fan base is going to be fun and crazy, and the atmosphere is great. So hopefully, they will do well, and maybe they'll be considered for some of those quarterfinal and matches and beyond. Tom, best of luck with the tournament. We're excited. I'm glad we're able to shed a little light on it. I mean, all of the superstar players are in it. There's 18 teams from MLS. There's 18 teams from Liga. And, may the best team win in the end. That would be a hell of a feather in our cap, to have that championship cup here in San Diego. Hopefully we'll catch up with you a little bit. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, you will do. Your first international trophy, fingers crossed for you. Good luck.
I like that.
First tournament, first trophy.
I like
Might as well do it.
Thank you, Tom.
Tom, great luck.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, all of you. Thank you. Tom Mayo, Executive Director of the Leagues Cup. All right. I'm glad we were able to shed a little light on that.
Yes.
Because I don't think the hardcore soccer fans, they know I get that. All right. I'm not worried about you hardcore soccer fans. Again, we want to keep making the interest great for others. And if you haven't been out and you haven't seen an MLS match, understand that this tournament is not exhibition. These games are going to mean as much, if not more almost, than a regular season MLS Cup game because, you win this stuff. This is how SDFC gets on the map,
yes,
per se. And, I know we were talking to Ziegler about this a few weeks ago. And frankly, and I didn't want to say this, in talking to Tom, but the MLS is not considered, to be of the quality, even I don't think of Liga. I just don't. So you go in and all your teams win games in this tournament. That's how you start, making your league as big a deal as Liga and as big as the next one. And, you keep branching out.
You can watch all of these games, these League Cup matches on MLS Season Pass on the Apple TV app.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So nothing's going to change for that.
Great.
So if you already have access to SDFC, you're going to have access to these games as well.
All right. Tournament starts next Tuesday. I should remind everybody that the SDFC does play one more MLS match this Friday against Nashville before they set sail into the Leagues Cup, which starts next Tuesday. 3 matches in 8 days. That's
a lot. Seems like
they're going to be busy with that. Skrabe.
I think they will be busy. And we are, we get people that tell me all the time that they want to hear from the soccer people. And so I don't care if you're angry that we're not talking about the Padres right now, people.
We're going to talk plenty about the Padres.
I know. Get over it.
But look, Sam Levitt just talked about them for 2 straight hours.
It makes me, my feelings are a little bit too raw today, Chris.
Yeah, what's the matter with you?
I don't know.
Wait, did somebody on the chat say, why aren't you talking about the Padres?
No, I just get
all
constant
defensive
messages about how we don't talk enough soccer. And then when we do talk soccer, I tuned out when you guys started talking soccer.
Go ahead, tune out. What can I tell you? I mean, tune out and tune back in.
It's one of those days for me, Chris.
We spent a few minutes talking about a 2-year-old playing in the sand. I think there are other things going on in the world besides a Padre win and loss.
Oh, like we're going to talk about in the Big Five, that Tua Tagovailoa made me a huge fan today.
He did, huh?
Yes.
Well,
I am a fan of his.
Well, I know that he is talking because Tyreek Hill trying to work his way back into the good graces of the Dolphins.
Yes.
So we will get into that a little bit later.
He did say he wanted out after the last game last year.
He said a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
All right, back to baseball for a second here. There is the rumor is now. Look, yesterday we told you the one from Dennis Lynn.
Yes.
In The Athletic.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Cronenworth, somebody that apparently the Padres are either interested in trading or teams are interested in trading for.
Yes.
Why would they trade Jake Cronenworth, you might ask? Apparently, the reasoning behind this, according to Dennis Lynn, and again, Dennis Lynn is pretty well connected, all right? So whether this happens or not, we'll have to see, but Padres probably would like out from underneath Jake Cronenworth's contract. It's a big contract and it's long. And I think that, it's fair for fans to say that Jake is a good player, but probably not as good as that contract is. Do you think that's fair or not?
I mean,
what's he making?
It depends on what we're judging it.
All right. Well, what's he making?
This year he's making $11.2 million.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
No, it's pretty much the going rate.
Exactly.
I hate to say. But how long
Next year he makes $12 million.
And how long does this contract go for?
It goes through 2030.
That's the rub.
The length is the problem,
That's the
not
rub.
the actual amount of the contract.
5 more years, maybe they can get out from under that if they trade Cronenworth. Now, I have heard a couple of different things. They might try to package him in a deal with Jason Adam, and I'm not in any hurry to get rid of him, but that's the name that was attached to it.
Yeah, don't get rid of him.
Well, maybe that's who the Oakland A's would require if they were to trade back Mason Miller, the 100-mile-per-hour throwing fireballer who, according to Dennis Lin, would then be thought of as a starter.
I
so
like
did they
Mason
do
Miller.
something like that? Do they trade? The other one is Dylan Cease. Apparently, every team in baseball wants Dylan Cease. And apparently, I think the fans feel like if, let's just get rid of this guy. He's 3-10 for heaven's sakes. But you've got to get something back. I mean, you can't get rid of Dylan Cease for a left fielder. Then who are you going to plug in as your pitcher? Well, Cardinals designated veteran right-hander Eric Fedde today.
I don't want team scraps.
I don't either, but I do want to say this. Fedde is terrible right now.
That's what I'm saying.
3-10 with a 5.22 ERA. But last year, he had one of the best WARs of any pitcher in baseball with the White Sox. He pitched great.
Yes, last year.
Well, maybe you take a shot at him if you trade Cease. I don't know. These are the options.
No, I know. I'm not mad at you.
I'm not telling them what to do.
I'm not mad at you.
I just
think if there's a deal to be made and it helps your team right now, then make it. But if it's for a guy like
Eric Fedde,
Charlie Morton or whatever,
yeah, I've heard his name too.
Not happening for me.
Yeah, Charlie Morton's been terrible also. Gwynn and Chris isn't terrible. We're coming back with another hour.
Baseball town. It's
Hour number 2, Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports talk station, 97.3 The Fan. Thanks again, Tom Mayo. League's Cup gets underway on Tuesday night. Tommy Edman hurting his hometown by singling in the go-ahead run here for the Dodgers. They take a 2-1 lead over the Twins, bottom of the 7th inning in L.A. Come on, Tommy. We raised you. We nurtured you.
We loved you.
Yes. Now you're out there doing things you're not supposed to be doing.
It's nice to see Tyler Glass now pitching.
And pitching well in this game.
It's not nice
Dodgers.
to see that, but I read Blake Snell. Like, I read all these different reports. He's going to be ready soon, or he still needs to make some rehab starts.
The Dodgers don't care.
I know. I don't understand why they paid him.
Well, they paid him to pitch 6 shutout innings in a playoff game. That's what they paid Blake Snell and Tyler Glass now to do. And with Yamamoto and maybe Ohtani pitching 6 innings by then,
maybe Sasaki coming back.
I don't even think he's good enough.
He might not be.
He's just not. I mean, look, you have Kershaw, who's the worst of the group.
And he's pitching okay.
And then you're going to have a healthy Glass now, you hope. You're going to have Snell. You're going to have Yamamoto and Shohei. Everybody thinks Dustin May is as good as gone as far as trade is concerned. So, the Dodgers are going to come at you with those guys in the playoffs, and it's not going to be easy. Before we get to the Daily Gambit, congrats to a good friend and the guys at San Diego, Sports San Diego. Mark Neville is the head there, the president of that, and an old friend. And now look, Sports San Diego started out as basically the Holiday Bowl, but with the Holiday Bowl becoming less and less, of a thing because of just the nature of college football, not so much the Holiday Bowl itself.
Yeah, the greedy people.
But you've got playoffs and you've got all of this other stuff, and now the Holiday Bowl has been, taken back. So Sports San Diego is very smart. Instead of just focusing on the Holiday Bowl, they now are doing other things, and they're putting other events together to make our city better.
Early.
Now, one of the things they've done is that Rady basketball tournament in December at UCSD. And that's, they got Florida coming here this year. Florida's the defending national champion. Now, I know it's not the same team as last year, but
that's a big deal.
Yeah, they got Florida. They got, some good teams coming out to play college basketball over the holidays. But today, Sports San Diego made it official, something that's been discussed for a while. NASCAR is coming to San Diego. Now, we knew that this was a possibility. We didn't know all of the details. We do now. The actual big race is going to be on June 21st, 2026, obviously next year. But the whole weekend, it's going to be a whole thing. There's going to be truck races and celebrity races and all kinds of things.
Oh, I want to be in a celebrity race.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
So NASCAR coming to San Diego, and it's all going to take place, the street race, first ever street race here in San Diego, only the second in the history of NASCAR. I think the other one was Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago.
Las
was
Vegas
definitely
did
one of
Formula
them.
One.
Yeah.
I think Chicago did
one of them.
NASCAR. This is only the second NASCAR, and it's coming to the Naval Base Coronado.
Yes.
That's where it's going to be. And
so not over the Coronado Bridge?
No. Yeah, I know. There'd been, I heard some people possibly talking, and I'm like, with all due respect, what if there was a wreck while they were going over the Coronado Bridge? And they say, oh, well, they've had races before over bridges. And so I asked Mark Neville about this, and he said, yeah, the bridges they race over are like 1 foot off the ground.
They are.
They're not Coronado over the ocean like that.
Just for the record, I never thought it was going to happen. I wanted it to happen.
You wanted to see it, but yeah, that didn't make any sense. They're also not going to be racing up and down the Silver Strand, which is something I had heard as a possibility. And the thing I asked Mark Neville about last night, I ran into him and I said, look, I was worried when I heard you guys were working on this that I know San Diego and you know San Diego. We don't like to support stuff like this. Oh, well, I shouldn't say it like that. We want to support it in terms of going to the event.
Yes.
But we're not going to support it in terms of, like, who's going to close their business for a month while you build a track downtown in the gas lamp?
Yeah. Who's
Who's going to be willing to, have all of these anyway, Mark said, hey, that certainly was a consideration. And that's why the naval base thing came into being. And it's going to be amazing, I think. My wife is going to be involved because she's a red coat, and now they're even starting to call some of the red coats. They're actually starting to just call them ambassadors because it's more of a Sports San Diego thing than just a Holiday Bowl thing. But she's involved in all that, and she's like, "Oh, you're going to go, aren't you?" And I was like, "You know how I hate noise."
Oh no. So you're one of the people. I don't want NASCAR. Here comes noise. From here, Chris, you're probably going to be able to hear.
You think we'll be able to hear it from here?
Those things are loud.
It's going to be so loud.
I'm into it.
So that is the question that I have to myself. Am I going to go down? Because I've never experienced a NASCAR race. Not spent a lot of time at Talladega.
I've been to Talladega.
Have you?
I've never seen a race, but I drove through Alabama.
All right. Well, I haven't been to these places. Daytona, I've not been to these places. NASCAR, for most of my life, has been a Southern thing only. But now that it's branching out to the point where it's coming to San Diego, I think that's pretty awesome.
I love it.
So,
the one thing, I mean, the naval base makes complete and total sense.
That's a great way to make this work,
because it has plenty of space and you're not going to be messing with traffic. You're not going to be shutting downtown down for a month.
Yeah, that's and that would be the thing that we as San Diegans, would balk at.
They've done races on airports before, like IndyCar used to do one. I think it was in Cleveland, maybe, but they used to race on the runway. They would shut down the runway and they would use the runway.
Well, this is going to be the first time NASCAR's ever gone to any military base, so it's going to be a history-making event. It's all going to take place the weekend of June 19th through 21st, 2026. The actual NASCAR course layout will be unveiled in the near future, but understand that's the plan.
Can you get your wife to get me a spot in that celebrity race?
I don't know. Well, let me make sure it's actually I might have just said that off the cuff. I don't know.
Well, I'm not holding you to it.
I want to say it's a weekend headline by here. They have the Stars of NASCAR, they have the Xfinity Series and the Craftsman Truck Series.
Okay.
Says nothing about a celebrity race. Sorry.
Well, I got excited for.
Hey, if they do have any kind of celebrity race, I'm going to ask that you get put in it because I'd like to see you.
I would be great. I would
crack up.
I have no fear.
Really?
And I love the adrenaline rush. I want it.
I know. You know who you should talk to if if that ever happens. I don't know that it's going to be an option here, but you remember Steve Hartman, of course, back in the day.
I worked with him.
Yeah, Homer was in. I'm pretty sure the Long Beach Grand Prix celebrity race.
Of course he was.
I'm almost sure he was.
Because that's what Hartman does.
That's what he did. And so I think he drove. I don't know what they gave him to actually drive. I don't know if he got like a souped out, Formula One
he got
car.
Like a VW bug.
Yeah. But Homer drove in one of these races, maybe more than one.
Wow.
So if that happens, we get around to it, Skraby. We'll try to hook you up with Steve.
Thank you. I'm also throwing it out there. If anybody's listening that has access to riding with the Blue Angels, I would love to do that too. So
actually go up in the air with a Blue Angel?
Give it to me.
I got to be honest with you. As little of a thrill seeker as I am, I think I would agree to that.
Whoa.
Well, here's
that
why.
is way more intense than anything.
But I don't see any danger with that.
Because they're not flying in formation when you're with them.
These guys are the greatest pilots on earth. So I don't believe anything's going to happen.
It's more about the G-forces and the quick turns. I hear that a lot of people like
I believe
me,
you have to get in shape for that, right? You can't just show up and go, I'm ready to go.
No. You have to be in good shape because I've heard that people like me who are like overconfident, I could do this, are the ones that throw up during the ride.
Yeah, the pilot probably would
not appreciate
be adverse to that.
Although I am in the back, so that would be okay.
All right. We don't really have much of a daily gambit today because we're not really doing full shows this week. So we'll pass on that today. I want to tell everybody what's coming up, though. We have the notes on a scorecard. That's next. And part of that is going to reveal who I'm blaming for the Padres' loss today. You're not going to believe it.
Tony?
Nah, I'd never blame Tony. What did he do?
I don't know.
No, I'm not blaming
I can't
Tony.
figure it out. I've like yelled out so many names and you're like, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. It's not them. It's not them.
I got somebody that I'm blaming the game on today, and you're going to be surprised. That's coming up in the notes on the scorecard. And then we're going to do Chris's Fantabulous Sports Game Show. And what I want you to do between now and 3:30, if you want to be the guest player today, we're going to have one of the listeners come on, as we did last week, and take on Skraby in the Fantabulous Sports Game Show. And we're going to do it the same way we did last week. You're going to write in on the chat something short and sweet, why you should be today's contestant. And I want you not just to write in why you're going to be today's contestant, but I want you to kind of convince me that you're going to beat Skraby. Because last week, the contestant was great.
Mm-hmm. Padres diehard. He did a great job, but he ultimately lost to you. I don't want you to lose. If you come on and you take on Skraby in the Fantabulous Sports Game Show. It's fair because I want you to lose in Chris vs. the Fans, so it's fair that you want me to lose in your game.
You got about 15 minutes to put something together. Write it in on the chat. Skraby and I will go over the people who want to be the guest contestant, and we'll choose somebody for that. And that's at the bottom of the hour. Stick around. A lot of good Gwynn and Chris stuff ahead. 19, Gwynn and Chris. Don't forget, if you want to be the contestant today on the Fantabulous Sports Game Show, write in on the chat. Keep it short and sweet. Why we should choose you and why you're going to beat Skraby in the Fantabulous Sports Game Show. It comes up at the bottom of the hour. For now, though, Twins just tied it up 2-2 with the Dodgers, top of the 8th in L.A., and we're going to do some Padres notes on a scorecard.
What did Chris like? What does Chris want to clean up? Observations written on a grocery list. Notes on a scorecard starts now.
All right, it is on my wife's grocery list. Here it is. The notes on a scorecard. Harrison Bader, infield single. Twins lead 3-2.
Is Rojas dead?
He tried to make the play, and he's lying flat on the turf. Yeah, Twins have taken a 3-2 lead.
So all we can hope is that the Dodgers just lose when the Padres lose.
Yeah, right. That's what you do. All right, here's the notes on the scorecard. Padres lost 3-2 today. I started with this, Skraby. Pitching matchup today, Sandy Alcantara, Dylan Cease. Isn't it incredible how things change and how quickly they do? In 2022, that's only 2.5 seasons ago, Alcantara won the NL Cy Young Award.
Yeah.
Cease finished second in the AL Cy Young Award. And they came into today's game, Alcantara 4-9 with a 7.14, Cease 3-9 with a 4.64. Even worse, do you know who beat Cease out for the AL Cy Young that year in 2022? How about Justin Verlander, who came into today 0-8 with a 4.99?
Wow.
So those are the three best pitchers.
Wouldn't have guessed that, though.
Right. Those are the three best pitchers in baseball 2 years ago. And that's where they are today.
That's crazy.
Speaking of Dylan Cease, can't ask for a worse start than he gave you, at least first inning. 4-pitch walk, followed by getting ahead 0-2 and then walking Sanchez. That's even worse. When you get ahead 0-2, you can't walk. And then he comes back and he strikes out Otto Lopez and Kyle Stowers. Those two guys were tied for the major league lead in RBIs over the last month. They both have 27. I bet you could win a few bar bets on that.
You definitely could.
Yeah. Otto Lopez, Kyle Stowers, 27 RBIs each in the last month. But C struck both of them out, but then did not get out of the inning. Agustin Ramirez singled in the first run. Cease, 28 pitches in the first inning. You already knew it was going to be a short day. Just can't do that.
It's so weird to me because he can just look so good and then literally next batter.
I mean, you already knew in the first inning that the bullpen was going to have to be in the middle of this game.
You did.
Anyone miss Graham Pauley? Wrote that down on my sheet today.
I missed when he fouled a curveball and hit him in the face.
I mean, when he came up from the Padres, he was the next savior. They all are.
He was.
They all are, aren't they?
Yes.
They're all the next savior. He's hitting 208 with 5 RBIs for the Marlins. Alcantara, already talked about his struggles, and then you let him go 9 up, 9 down to start the game and get his confidence. And the Padres offense just continues to be really, really frustrating to watch. Bottom of the third inning, runner on first. That was an interesting play. A one hopper to Jake Cronenworth. He tags first and then throws to second, but doesn't pause to see where the runner is.
Yeah.
And Xavier Edwards just goes back to first.
Yep.
That should have been a double play.
Yep.
You got to make plays like that,
yep,
especially when you play 38 one-run games.
Mm-hmm.
Can't give teams an extra swing.
Exactly.
And I talk about it. It's not errors always. It's making the play. And you got to make that play. It didn't end up costing the Padres in that inning. Marlins did not
So Jake
score.
Cronenworth is not the guy.
He's off the hook.
Okay.
Vintage Manny Machado, RBI tying single in the fourth. Just such a sweet swing on that one.
It is.
Low curveball, stays back, smooth stroke, through the zone. Ball just rockets down the corner, tied at 1. But the Padres probably should have scored more that inning because Alcantara's ERA this year is 13.76 in the fourth inning.
Wow.
Padres only got 1 run. You know what that tells me is that Alcantara still has good enough stuff to get everybody out once, but he doesn't have good enough stuff to get you out twice anymore.
I guess so.
I mean, he's getting through the first 3 innings, and then the 4th inning.
It's kind of like Dylan Cease a little bit.
Normally he gets bombed. All right, on we go. Manny Machado. I keep calling Manny Ramirez. Manny Machado.
I don't know why, but yes.
Yeah, 5th inning. First guy up. Makes a nice backhand pickup and then a low throw.
Mm-hmm.
Manny is too good to be making routine errors like that.
He is.
I will give it to him when he makes an incredible play and an off-balance throw like he did last night. Remember, he came in, picked up the ball, threw off balance. That's an error, but at least he's trying to make an incredible play. Can't do it on a routine play.
It's been very strange this year.
It
with
has,
those routine
because
plays.
he's the Gold Glove winner in my eyes because of his incredible defensive plays, but he really hasn't been consistent.
No, I think he leads baseball in errors among third basemen.
It's not going to get the award by doing that, and that hurt because Sanchez hit the home run, and it was a 2-run homer instead of a solo.
Yep.
So, again, it's a 1-run game.
Yep.
Can't make any mistakes like that. You got to make the plays that are supposed to be made. And, Sanchez is running around the bases like an idiot. And he's waving his arms. He's clapping. He's jumping up and down. He's saluting everybody. And I'm like, I know I'm old, but where's Bob Gibson to stick one in his ear?
Yeah, I was a little annoyed by it, too.
I'm not going to ever win this because I know it's the new age. And if you don't celebrate, maybe there's something wrong with you. But
there's something to celebrating, too.
Yeah, I don't know. You win the game, maybe,
Sure.
but in the 5th inning?
Walk-off, yeah, you're good.
In the 5th inning? I mean, come on. Look like you've hit a home run before.
Has he? I'm just kidding.
That was his 9th.
I know.
All right, Alcantara, people talk about striking guys out all the time, and this came to my 6 innings today. He had 77 pitches. Why? Because he wasn't striking guys out. Ground ball, ground ball, ground ball, ground ball. It's the Randy Jones school of pitching, but a ground ball is better than a strikeout because a ground ball only takes 1 pitch.
Yep.
And I like to see a guy capable of doing that from time to time. 7th inning. Look, here's the game in my mind.
Okay.
Now, we could go to the 8th inning and talk about how, you got a weak bench. We already about this up, but Trenton Brooks comes up, can't get the tying run in, the whole thing, after they make it 3-2. But to me, it was the 7th inning, and there was one play that, in my mind, decided the game today. And I'm probably being too critical because I wasn't there. I could only tell you what I saw. But I saw Manny Machado lead off the 7th inning with a line drive toward right center field. I saw the center fielder come in and try to get it, and he missed it, and he scooted past him. The center fielder had to stop, turn around, run all the way back to the wall in right center to retrieve the ball. Sorry, I'm thinking triple. Do
you think Manny has the speed?
I don't know if he does, but I do know that when they showed him, and if you watch the replay, you'll see the same thing I do. He's just cruising his way into second base. And I got to put the pressure on, at least make it look like I'm going to try to get a triple. Maybe he'll bobble the ball, something. But I need him at third base there.
Put the pressure on the defense.
There was one out when this happened. He was at second. That's not as good. Why isn't it as good? Because the next guy, Gavin Sheets, hit a fly ball to the warning track. Manny would have walked him from third base.
Fly, okay.
And they lost by 1 run. Now, you're going to blame the game on that? Maybe that's too harsh. But what I'm saying, if you're going to play 1-run games every night, and the Padres do, these little things are what determine them. And I'm probably being too harsh. He probably couldn't have got a triple. He probably doesn't still have the speed to do that. Merrill would have had a triple, people like that. But what I want to see is a hard busting it. And I know Manny doesn't bust it all the time, but I think there is this time he had to do it. And you might say,
disagree.
well, I don't want him to hurt himself.
No,
and
I
all
don't
that.
disagree. I don't disagree.
I got to have.
These are critical games, and it's starting to get a little bit more important for
I
you
understand.
to run things out.
I understand if he's going to get a ground ball to third, he's going to be out by 20 steps, then he can jog to first base. And I understand he doesn't have a triple since 2022. Okay? So he doesn't get many.
So it's a very rare occurrence to begin with.
But
I get what you're saying. Like, you have to at least. What if he's out in the outfield and he bobbles it again?
He bobbles the ball. Well, Manny still wouldn't have been able to go to third because he wasn't busting it to second. And anyway, being on third with one out, that would have been a big deal. And that was a run, and you lost by a run. These are the things.
I did not think about that.
Right.
I thought when I saw it, I was just like, he doesn't have the speed, but you've convinced me that there could have been a little bit more effort.
Anyway, that's pretty much all I have on notes on the scorecard today. Padres lost 3-2. Do we have anybody trying to get onto the
oh, yes.
All right, Fantabulous Sports Game Show. Keep writing in. We've got a little break here. You can write in your reason why we should choose you, and then we'll pick somebody, and we'll do the Fantabulous Sports Game Show, and we're going to do it all on the fly, so stick around, and we'll have some fun with that. Yeah, right. As Gwynn and Chris continues. Mr. Only says the Padres are talking to the Orioles about Charlie Morton. Really? I mean, Charlie Morton? He was like 0-10 at one point this year.
Yeah, I don't understand that one either.
Eric Fetty released by the Cardinals today.
Oh, wait, hold on. You're making the perfect.
Yeah, that. So what are the Padres going to do? We got 8 days to find out. And tomorrow we'll have our roundtable discussion about all of it. The Padres roundtable, 10 a.m.
I hear Sammy Lev is going to be sitting in for someone.
An hour of commercial-free Padre talk. I believe you'll be off tomorrow.
I am.
Doing a little vacation for a couple days. We'll see if somehow the show can survive. I have a sneaking suspicion that it will.
Yeah, I think so too.
Survive.
It always does.
If you love Mediterranean food like I do, that's Spiro's. Authentic Mediterranean cuisine, Coronado, La Jolla, dining, takeout options, spiroscuisine.com. All right, we're going to have some fun here with our weekly Fantabulous Sports Game Show. I got the category. What we don't have is Tony today, so we need a guest contestant. And Skraby, people have been writing in.
Yes, they have.
Trying to explain why they should be chosen. Give us a couple of the better ones, if you can.
Yeah, let's go with John Temecula first. Player to Chris versus the fans all the time. Good player. I don't want to face him because I think he'll beat me. But here's what he said. I could take down Skraby with some serious fire. Plus, I fared fairly well over the time in Chris versus the fans. However, taking down Skraby, oh yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a feather in the cap for sure. All right, what else you got?
Dwayne in Poway. I would appreciate the opportunity to take down Skraby. Why? I'm in agreement with him at times and disagree with him at times. Wait, hold on. There's more. He reminds me of the little brother who thinks he's right all the time, but is wrong most of the time. But there is that 5% he is right, but you still want to disagree because he's your little
Dwayne,
brother.
I love it, Dwayne. But the fact that you think he's right even 5% of the time worries me, I have to say.
Let's see. There was another one. And man, where did it all? I had one.
Yeah, you're trying to keep track of all of them.
And
over
they
there.
left.
We're doing it all on the fly.
They left.
Oh, whoever. All right.
I don't see the other chat anymore.
Do you want to just do John and Temecula then?
Why?
Because he's going to beat you.
Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, I'm going to go with John and Temecula.
Aww.
Put John and Temecula on. He's got to call in. John, if you're listening, you know the number 833-288-0973. And we know John, so don't anybody out there try to be John. John, you're a longtime listener. You're a great fan of the show, friend of the show.
I don't like it.
I think that you should get the opportunity to take down Skraby in a round of the Fantabulous Sports Game Show.
All right, give us a call, John.
John, give us a call.
I'm not a fan of this selection. This is just so you could see me squirm.
Well, I think he's got a chance to beat you. Now, he's got to call. If he doesn't call, then we'll choose somebody else. But John
he just commented, so.
And this is why we shouldn't do this on the fly. We're kind of sitting here with on pins and needles.
Well, let's go to traffic and let's introduce the game real quick.
Go.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by the Oceanside Police Department, now hiring public safety dispatchers. Got a few things going on this afternoon. Crash on westbound 8 at Mission Center Road. We got a couple vehicles involved there over to the right shoulder. Also stalled motorcycle in the center divide, North 805, right before No Bell. Northbound 15, just before Miramar Road, there's a collision in the center divide, but fire crews got that fast lane blocked. Further north on the 15, just before Scripps Poway Parkway, reports of a stalled vehicle in the HOV lane. The Oceanside Police Department is hiring public safety dispatchers. Earn up to $87,000 a year. Lateral bonuses up to $11,000. 12-hour shifts, 3-day work weeks, paid holidays, benefits, and retirement. Apply at joinopd.net. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, all you beautiful people out there, it's time to play one of our favorite games of the week.
All right.
We like to call it.
Ooh, I'm gonna go.
Chris's Fantabulous Sports Game Show.
And it starts right now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, it does, and we located John in Temecula. John, where are you, sir? How are you?
Hi, Chris. I'm actually in Murrieta. Fun fact, I called
today.
the show,
All right.
talked to Coach after Matt Strom at a start for the Padres in St. Louis. When I called in, Braden put me in as John in Temecula. So here I am.
The story
he's
behind
actually
the
not.
name.
He's not a Temecula.
Would you rather
Why
us
don't
call you John
change
and
it?
Marietta?
Change it. You can do that.
Yeah,
You have the
it's up
power to
you
change
guys.
that.
Marietta is right next door to Temecula. It's like one big city, but I'm technically here at my home in Marietta. I'm almost always in the car calling you guys on my
Well, I think you should be representing the city you're at. So it is
Okay.
no longer John and Temecula. It's John and Marietta. I know you know the way the Fantabulous Sports Game Show works, John. You're going to get a chance here to beat Skraby. I'll give you the contestant or the category rather.
I'm not a fan of you right now, Chris.
Why?
Because you want to see me squirm.
Of course I want to see you. I don't want to see you squirm. I want to see you lose, just straight up. Give you the category in a moment. You and Skraby will exchange what you hope to be correct answers. There are 15 correct answers today. So first person to 8 will win. Well, if you get a guess wrong, you get a strike. And, of course, 3 strikes and you're out. And you can play along out there. See how many of the 15 you can get correct. Very simple category today, guys. And your guess will be an NFL team.
Ooh.
And what you're going to be guessing on is the top 15 scoring offenses in the NFL last season.
Wow.
All right. So you want the top 15 scoring
Like
offenses.
Points per game.
Just points.
Points.
Yeah. Points per game is the same, right? Every team plays the same number of games.
You would think. Yeah.
So it is going to be, you want to name the top 15 scoring offenses in the National Football League from last season.
Of course, now I've blanked on every single team in the NFL.
You can't name a team in the NFL? Well, that's not good. John, you want to, I think you should, take the opportunity to go first, but you could pass, hoping that Skraby strikes out sooner. So I'll give you the choice.
Well, I think I'll go first.
He'll go first. All right. Give me a guess of a top 15 scoring team in the majors last year.
In the
In
NFL.
the NFL last year.
Bills.
Ooh.
Buffalo Bills. Pretty good guess. John is on it. They were second, 525 points. And that's how it's going to work today.
All right.
John got 1. Skrabe, your turn to name a high-scoring offense in the NFL last year.
What about the Lions?
Lions are number 1, 564. They were way up there, by the way. They won by 40 points over the next best team.
Oh yeah, and
The
then
Lions.
and then what happened in the playoffs?
Yeah, well, you're just jumping upon somebody else's misery.
Yeah, because they got in my face about everything.
All right, 1-1, Skraby. John, you got the top 2 scoring teams. Next up, John, your call.
Okay.
High scoring team in the NFL last year.
Yeah. Go with the Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott and company. Cowboys had 350 points last year and a 7-10 season. That was not enough to get them in the top 15. John gets a strike right off the bat. But it's okay. Last week, our contestant, Padres Diehard got a couple of strikes right off the bat. Still nearly won the game.
It's true.
So hang in there, John. Skraby, you have a chance to take the lead here.
Ravens.
Very good, Skraby. You know your stuff. 518 points for the Ravens last year. Third most in all of the NFL. So it's 2-1 in favor of Skraby. You guys have named the top 3. That's not what you have to do. You just need anybody in the top 15. And it is your turn, John. Obviously, it would be good for you to get one here. You don't want to get a second strike. Yeah.
Let's go with the Commanders.
Commanders, there you go,
one.
John.
That's a
Good
good
job.
one.
485 points, led by the great rookie quarterback, Jalen. Is it Jalen or Jaden? Yeah, Jaden Daniels. Commanders were 5th with 485 points. So it is 2-2.
All right.
John does have a strike.
That was a good one.
Skraby, you have a turn.
Let's go with the team that won it all, the Eagles.
The Eagles, 463 points. Less than the Commanders, but enough to qualify in this category. They were 7th in scoring offense last year. Skraby takes a 3-2 lead. You're looking for a team in the top 15. John in Murrieta is today's guest contestant, and it's his turn.
Let's go with the Minnesota Vikings.
Minnesota.
Kevin O'Connell's crew,
That's a great
432 points. They were clearly in the top 15. I think they were 10th, something like that. I don't have it all labeled here, but they were in it. So that's correct. 3-3. Remember, 1st to 8 wins this. And Skraby, you're up here. You haven't got a strike yet. You're about due for a miss.
Yes, I am.
Who are you going with? Top 15 scoring offense in the National Football League
This team
year.
was amazingly good.
Okay.
The Rams.
The Rams.
Bah.
Did they make it?
I don't know.
The LA Rams. I got to double check. 367 points.
Oh, that's not a lot.
That's lower than the Cowboys.
Oh.
So that is a strike. The Rams were not a top 15.
Why would I
scoring team in
choose
the
them?
NFL.
Why?
Because you
Because I'm a
routinely
dummy.
you routinely choke in these situations.
I'm a
That's why.
dummy.
All right, we're back even now, John. 3-3, and both of you guys have a strike. Your turn, John.
All right.
There are 9
let's
correct
go with
answers remaining.
Oh, okay. Got a minute. Let's go with the Bengals.
Bengals, that boy, John. John's
Why
starting
didn't
to
I
figure
just
this
say
out.
that?
John's starting to figure this out. The Bengals are 6th most, 472 points last year. They are an excellent scoring offense. And John has retaken the lead 4-3 in the Fantabulous Sports Game Show. Skraby, your turn.
Oh, no.
Trying to tie it back up.
What about a team that was just in a great division,
All right.
had a good offense?
They were
The Packers.
The Pack. The Pack is back. 460 points. That's
Okay.
enough to get them in there. They outscored the Vikings, actually, in that division. Led by a guy that I originally thought would never be a good quarterback. I remember saying it all the time.
Oh, Jordan Love?
Yeah, thought Jordan Love was going to be terrible. Don't think he's terrible.
No, I don't
It's
think
been
he's
okay.
I don't think he's terrible either.
Anyway, it's a correct answer, and it ties it up at 4-4. And now it is John's turn to try and go back and lead, but there's only 7 correct answers remaining. Included in those 7, by the way, is the number 3 scoring team in all of football. You don't have to get that one, but I'm just telling you that there's somebody really good still available to pick. John, who do you got? Top scoring, top 15 scoring offenses in the NFL last year. It's starting to get really tough now. I got to be honest with you. The last 7 are going to be tough.
How about them Buccaneers?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Not only are they on the list, they were 4th. I said 3rd, 4th. 502. Buccaneers were one of 4 teams that had over 500 points last year. I don't think too many people remember that. I didn't. Yeah. Buccaneers were really good on offense last year. That's
that puts
right,
me
John.
in a really tough spot.
John takes a 5-4 lead. Skraby up against it. 1 strike apiece. Only 6 correct answers remaining, and these are the bottom 6. I must tell you guys. You guys have named the top 9. So the last 6 are the last 6 on this list. So it's going to be really cutting thin here.
I'm going to go with another playoff team.
Go with a playoff team.
I'm going to go with the Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks. 375. Same number as the Cowboys. Not enough.
Not enough.
Skraby, I have something to say. 2.
I hate you. I hate you right now.
John's got the lead, and it's his turn. John, I love this. You're positioned well, but you need one here, John, to keep the pressure on. Need one of the remaining 6 highest scoring teams. It's tough. I got to be honest with you. These are tough. Tough.
I'm
indeed.
doodling right now because I'm nervous.
Did anybody pick the Broncos yet?
They have not.
I'd like to go with the Broncos, Mr. Ello.
The Denver Broncos. With that crap.
Sure.
You talk about a crappy quarterback. Who's that guy? Bo Nix?
Yeah, he's really bad.
It's another guy that
he's really bad. He's just.
But they were the 10th leading scoring team in football last year. 425 points. That is correct. John leads 6-4. Not only does he lead 6-4, but Skraby, you got 2 strikes. You're on the doorstep. You
am
need
on
one
the
here
doorstep
to stay alive. The only teams that are left to guess are 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th place. So of your 10 correct answers, you guys have named the top 10 scoring teams. Skraby, you need to find one of these other 5 to stay in the hunt. This is it. Otherwise, the music will play and John will have a victory.
I'm just going to name this team, but I
don't hurt yourself. I want to know what's going into this thought process. We have a minute or 2 left.
Oh, well,
what's your thought process?
My thought process on this is that it has probably the best quarterback in the league, but he wasn't a great fantasy quarterback. That doesn't mean that they didn't score a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
I remember them winning every single game, luckily.
Yeah.
The Chiefs.
385 points.
That's not enough.
They were 15th.
Whoa!
You barely
yes!
made it. The Chiefs were the last team on the list.
Yes!
Oh, goodness.
I can't lose.
You see why we want him to lose, John? Because he does this stuff.
Yes.
That is correct.
This is why we want him to lose.
Yeah. Chiefs made it. There are 4 remaining now. And John leads 6-5. You only have 1 strike, John, so you do have a little wiggle room, but I don't want to I want you to keep the heat on him. So
the heat is on.
See if you get one here. Got 4 teams left looking for the top 14 or 15 scoring offenses in the National Football League last year. John, in Murrieta.
Let's go with the Atlanta Falcons.
Really?
Ooh.
Led by the crazy, horrible quarterback, Kirk Cousins, who was benched.
Yes.
They had enough, 389. Falcons were tied for 13th.
Oh, no.
I would have never got that. John got it, and he leads 7-5. So there are 2 ways out for you now, Skraby. A strikeout, or John could get one more correct answer.
You know what the craziest thing is? I was doing Chris versus the fans questions this morning, and I was looking at the NFL standings.
But you didn't
Never
look at
thought
this.
to look at the points.
Didn't look at the points. There's 3 correct answers left. In order for you to win, Skraby, you're going to need to get them all, but you can only get 1 right now.
You know what? I'm just going to go, if I'm going to go out, I'll go out with my terrible team last year. And I'm going to go with the 49ers.
What?
They scored some points. They just didn't win games.
The 49ers?
Yeah, they scored points. They didn't win games.
You're putting your whole game on the 49ers, 6-11 last place team?
They scored points, but they didn't win games.
They gave up 436.
They
were terrible.
They scored points, but they did win games.
They scored enough to get you a correct answer. 389. They tied with the Falcons. That is correct. Skraby makes it 7-6. 2 correct answers remaining. Top 15 scoring teams in the National Football League. If you name either of the 2, you win the game. Right here, you shut Skraby out. You got to have one of the 2 for the title. Who is one of the 2 remaining teams? Who are you going with?
He was going to pick the Niners.
Oh, you were? Yeah. Interesting. Well, I was surprised to see the Niners on this list.
I am too, honestly.
Surprises anybody to see that.
Okay, let's go out to
going with the Cardinals.
They were my next one.
For the title.
They were my next one.
The 8-9 Cardinals. Kyler Murray, did he even play the whole season? Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Did he miss some of it?
Not that I'm aware of.
They need more than 385 to be a correct answer. They had 400. That is a correct answer. John in maybe in the Fantabulous Sports Game Show.
You hear him scream? Is this what it's like when I win and I scream?
He won.
Oh, the mariachi music is all for me today. That's wonderful.
What a performance.
No.
John, you won 8-6. You only had 1 strike. The only team you guys did not name that was in there was the Chargers.
I had the Chargers on my list
at 402. But you guys got 14 of the 15.
Guess.
Well, you guys couldn't miss then. You guys had it all covered. Well done. John, stay on the line. You win the Fantabulous Sports Game Show. Skraby will tell you what that gets you. Hope everybody enjoyed today's contest. I know I did, because Skraby has been beaten. Chris vs. the Fans is coming up next. Chance for the rest of you to play some trivia on San Diego's #1 sports talk station, 97.3 The Fan. On into the 4 o'clock hour we go. Skraby has gone home. He can't show his face any longer. He has lost the Fantabulous Sports Game Show to John and Murrieta. An exciting victory. Well done, John. And we now move into hour number 3 of the program. Chris Hello and Skraby here in the Odyssey Palace Studios. Tony Gwynn Jr. traveling to St. Louis with the Padres, who, if you just tuned in, lost their second one-run game in a row. Fell to the Marlins 3-2 today. Padres now 22-16 in games decided by one run. That's 38 one-run games. Incredible. Out of 102 this season. And the Padres win most of them, but they didn't win the last 2. And so it's
the danger of playing one-run games all the time.
That they dropped in the standings. Why? Because the Dodgers, trailing 3-2, 2 outs, bases empty in the bottom of the 9th, get the bases loaded, obviously still with 2 outs, and Freddie Freeman hits a low line drive the opposite way to left field. Harrison Bader, who is a good fielding outfielder for the Twins, comes in, dives forward to try to scoop the ball off the turf. How much did he miss it by? A half an inch?
Yeah.
I mean, just off his glove.
Just
like
off.
So close.
Like almost surprising that he didn't catch it.
Yeah, right. You thought he was going to actually catch it, and he kind of ended up smothering it. By the time he picked it up, both runs scored. Dodgers have won 4-3 on the walk-off over the Twins. So the Padres now are 4.5 back in the NL West. Giants are 6 back after they beat the Braves today, 9-3. My favorite player, Rafael Devers, with a couple of home runs there for the Gigantes. That's that. That's really it in terms of newsworthy items. There's a bunch of trade rumors. They continue to float around. Cronenworth's name is getting mentioned more than I expected it to.
Me too.
Dylan Cease's name keeps getting mentioned. And then you can name 100 different players that the Padres are supposed to acquire, from Zach Eflin, starting pitcher.
I've seen that.
Seen him many times. Charlie Morton, player. Yeah, because that's better than my version.
Let me get it.
Charlie Morton. Thank you.
It was like an abridged version.
There we go. But yeah, there's a bunch of names, and you can just name just about any other player.
I saw something earlier today that kind of made sense because I've never heard of the guy in my life. The backup catcher for the Yankees, J.C. Escara or something.
Anybody
is on the board.
The kid starting for La Jolla High would be a potential improvement in the catching department. I'm sorry to say. But I don't know that catcher is where you need to go. I think you need to shoot higher.
Oh, yeah. I'm not saying
unless you can.
That's their big deal, but.
Right. Anyway, we got 8 days to figure it all out. Trade deadline is a week from tomorrow. We do have a Padre Roundtable tomorrow from 10 to 11, an hour of commercial free Padre talk.
Next Thursday is going to be fun for the station because we get to do the roundtable before the deadline, and then we're going to be on after the deadline on a Padres off day.
Won't most of the trades happen while we're doing the roundtable? You know what I mean? It's going to be
the last few years,
a crazy day.
I feel like the last few years it's been late trades,
later in the day.
Yeah, and sometimes they come in after the deadline as well, just because they went through, but no one reported them. I'm excited about next week.
All right. Well, that's all still to come. Right now, we got a little Chris versus the fans. Chance for you to win what John just won. John got a qualification for the Las Vegas trip. We had an extra one because we didn't play Chris versus the fans yesterday.
True.
We are playing it today, and you'll get a chance to qualify for today's grand prize. 2-night stay at Park MGM Las Vegas, 2 tickets to Motley Crue. That is September 19th. And a $100 gas card. Catch Motley Crue's Las Vegas residency at Dolby Live, Park MGM. They're there September 12th through October 3rd. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com or win right now.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
Howdy do.
now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
The Guardians are on TV, Chris, and I've been hearing a lot of rumors about Stephen Kwan maybe being available.
Left fielder?
Left fielder. I don't necessarily know that the Guardians would do that. They're having a bad season, so maybe they're...
Maybe. I don't know all the contract situation for every player in the league. Kwan, to me, is another bit of a Luis Arraez type. I don't know that you need another one of those. He's a little more power.
He's got more power.
But you know what I'm saying?
I do.
A little bit Luis Arraez.
He's more of a contact guy than a power guy, but he still has lots of control. He has 2 more years of control after this year's.
According to ESPN and their trade deadline preview today, Padres' best asset is Robert Suarez, and I've been saying that personally. Best fit, according to them, get the sounder ready.
Oh, gosh.
I don't want Luis Robert. I just don't.
I don't either.
The guy's hit 190 for like 3 years in a row.
Yeah, I don't get
I don't see how he's going to, change too much for you.
He kind of he's just not I'm not willing to take the chance that he turns it around and on a dime when he gets to San Diego.
Yeah, especially San Diego, one of the toughest places to hit.
And I know people are like, "Oh, well, we need a guy like Luis Robert." Well, no, you don't, because you will if you're complaining about what left field is doing now, you're going to be complaining about Luis Robert.
Well, there is one thing to make a trade and bring a name in at the deadline. It's another thing for that name to do something.
Yeah.
Now, if you can get the 2023 version, 38 homers, 857 OPS, great. But the 2 years since version has only hit 24 home runs total.
Yeah.
And has an OPS 200 points lower than that.
And there is something to be said about playing on a bad team, but if you're a good player, you're going to play well, or you're going to hit well, you're going to play well. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
I don't see it. I'll just say one last thing about Luis Robert, and this may matter, may not. The only outfield position he's ever played is center field. So he's never even stepped foot in left field.
I didn't realize that.
Just saying.
That's a conflict of interest.
Something for me to think about.
It's a conflict of interest.
Certainly I'm going to move Jackson Merrill. So,
yeah. Hey, Jackson, we're going to bring in this guy who's hitting 180.
He's up to 206. So let's give him his due.
Sorry.
Let's give him his due.
All right. You want to talk about the rules?
I want you to.
Okay. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it, and you'll get that first question for free. By the way, Trent Grisham, having a great year for Trent Grisham.
He got off to an incredible start. He quieted quite a bit.
Yeah, the only reason I bring him up is because he's on TV right now.
He just came up to bat.
Yeah, he's hitting like 250 with like an 833 OPS.
Yeah, his OPS is 833, which is annoying because when he was a Padre, he had OPSs like 620.
Yeah.
So that's annoying when you see a guy go up 200 points with another team.
I don't know why I'm complaining about him. He single-handedly won the Mets series in the playoffs.
He had 17 home runs that year, 2022. He's got 17 this year for the Yankees.
All right, here we go with our first contestant. Let's go to Evan in La Mesa.
Hi, Evan.
Hello, Evan.
Welcome to it.
Howdy do, boys.
Howdy do.
We're doing well. We're doing weldy. Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Mason Miller pitches for what Major League Baseball team?
It's one of the guys rumored.
The Oaklamento A's.
The Oaklamento A's is correct.
What did he call them? The
Oaklamento.
Oh, I like it. I hadn't heard that one yet. Okay. Oaklamento.
Yeah, everybody still, like, it just still bothers me when you go to the standings. It just says athletics. It's just so.
I'm not a fan of that either.
Yeah, it's just so weird. All right, here we go, Evan. Question number 2. Which manager took the Padres to their first World Series?
Oh, that's actually a tricky one, I think.
Oh, I know Chris is going to know this one.
He is.
He is.
The guy yelled at me a few times. He yelled at everybody else as well. I wasn't the only one he yelled at.
I want to say Dick Williams.
Dick Williams
Nice
is right.
job.
You got it. Dick Williams is a competitor. I wonder what Dick Williams would have thought of Sanchez's celebration running around the bases today.
I don't think he would like it.
I don't think Dick Williams would have let him get back to the dugout. I think Dick Williams would have run out himself.
So do you think in this
and done
case
something about it?
The Pete Alonso rule that he wants instituted, where you can charge them out, you think
would have been good in that case?
Instead, just charge wherever he was playing on
It's
the field.
not fair to rip on Jesus Sanchez because he's doing what everyone does now. But I mean, a home run, get over yourself.
Well, I was just talking about this too, and Evan, hang on, we'll get to question number 3. The Dodgers had a walk-off. Why is it that it's accepted to have these massive, crazy pile celebrations after a walk-off after game 100, but it's not like...
At least you win the game.
Okay.
A home run, I mean, in the 5th inning is
a whatever.
It's a whatever.
All right.
I thought.
Here we go, Evan. Question number 3. You get this right or Chris gets it wrong, and you are qualified for Las Vegas. Who was the first player ever drafted by the Carolina Panthers?
Come on. Really?
I know. I knew this before.
You knew this?
Yes, I was very into the expansion teams when they came out.
Oh, wait. Whoa. Expansion draft or college draft?
Oh, I know it. I think it's Kerry Collins.
He's going Kerry
That's
Collins.
That's the answer I'm looking for.
Well, then give it to him. He's
wow.
a winner.
That
Evan,
was
you got
impressive.
it. You swept it.
Stay there, Evan.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Evan, how did you know that Kerry Collins? Because I don't think many people would know that.
You knew it. Give it to him.
Because I'm a 90s football kid, and
Me
also
too.
my cousin
Yeah.
would always pick expansion teams as his favorite teams. He was a Diamondback fan, a Panther fan.
There you
Okay.
go.
And he would always wear Kerry Collins jersey when we were kids.
I also think that it's
Stay
not
there,
like
Evan.
he pulled a name that we've never heard of.
No.
Right.
I wasn't suggesting that
Kerry
he cheated
Collins
or
was a
anything.
pretty popular,
I just
name
wanted
in
to
those
know
days.
because that would be he nailed it on the head. 90s football kid. That was me. I was so into these expansion teams when they came out.
And he
in
was the guy,
95.
and according to this, he was their first round pick in the NFL draft. So that's who they drafted, I assume, out of college first.
Oh yeah,
pick.
Penn State.
Okay. So, and he led them to the NFC Championship game
I remember that.
the next year.
And guess who was the coach?
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. George Seifert?
It was. I believe it was. No, I got
No, I don't think it was.
because he won the Super Bowl. No, he wouldn't have gone in that year because.
I don't think he started with
So
the
I'm definitely
Panthers right
wrong
away.
about that. Let me just get the right coach first before we move on.
I don't know, now that we got a second here. Well, no, we don't have a second. You look it up while we're in a break. Evan, congrats. Well done. You swept the game today. An impressive performance. Gwynn and Chris continues. Dom Capers.
That's a name.
There's a pull.
That is a pull. If he would have gotten Dom Capers, I would have thought he cheated.
Yeah, right. All right. Good job. Evan wins the Chris versus the fans today, and more Gwynn and Chris is coming up.
From the 855, get Ross.
Hi, welcome back to it. Gwynn and Chris, 97.3 The Fan. Skraby and I were just commenting because we glanced up, and Kyle Schwarber, when he hits a home run, like, you better have a glove on in the right field stands.
Because there's no wall scrapers with him.
He murders the ball, and it comes in there hot.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
And
by the time the Philly fans were busy tracking his home run down, Bryce Harper hit one further.
Yeah, he did.
And the Phillies are out to a quick 3-0 lead over the Bo Sox. Who's pitching for the Red Sox?
Lucas Giolito.
He'll probably be the next Padre trade rumor. You know what I mean?
Hope not.
Yeah, anybody that gets bombed routinely seems like they're a Padre trade target. Dodgers beat the Twins, came from behind, 4-3. Freddie Freeman, 2-run walk-off single. Padres lost 3-2 to the Marlins. And the Giants won 9-3 over the Braves. I was looking at the Dodger thing. I mentioned that something has a chance to happen this year that's going to be very strange. And that is that for the first time in the history of baseball, you could have an entire league go without anybody getting a 300 batting average. And it's interesting what it may come down to. Right now, the Dodgers, Will Smith, speaking of our sounder, Skrabe, Will Smith, thank you. Yeah, we're not big fans of his for many reasons. But right now, the Dodgers, Will Smith, is hitting 325.
Yeah, he's
way over 300, but he's the only NL player over 300. Next is Kyle Stowers at 295. But here's the thing with Will Smith. He currently needs, according to the rules of baseball, 319.3 plate appearances to qualify. And what that comes down to is you have to have, and this is in the rules of baseball, to qualify for the batting title, you have to have 3.1 plate appearances per game.
Okay.
3.1. Now, this used to be pretty easy to do because guys played 4 or 5 at-bats every game. They played 162 games. Guys would have 600, 700 at-bats. This didn't come into play. But now, this day and age, it's starting to come into play because guys take a day off here, a day off there. They go on the injured list for 10 days. Well, right now, Will Smith needs 319.3. He only has 319. He's actually below the number that he needs.
Doesn't count right now.
As of today, he doesn't qualify. For the batting title.
Why aren't they doing everything they can like they did for Paul Skeens last year, even though he didn't qualify?
Yeah, I would think that Dave Roberts will make sure he qualifies by the time it's over. But as of the moment, the only 300 hitter in the National League doesn't qualify for the batting title. So, yeah, something fun to keep an eye on. I like stuff like that. Now, Tony Gwynn, of all people, holds the National League record for the lowest batting average ever to win the batting title.
Really? What was it?
313. Luis Ariz almost beat that last year. Ariz was at 315. The all-time record is 1968, which was the year of the pitcher. Carl Yastrzemski led the American League at 301. He's the only guy that year over 300. And he won the Triple Crown. But anyway, it has a chance to happen in the National League. Although either Will Smith is going to have to, cool off the batting average, or he's going to have to not qualify.
Well, that means he would have to slip and fall on his way home and go on the IL.
I don't like to root for things, but Will Smith is not my favorite guy.
I didn't know that.
Well, yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I know you know that. And get in line. I mean, all of his crap to Profar last year, all of the stupid stuff he keeps saying about how this is no rivalry and the games don't mean anything. He doesn't read the room very well.
I can agree with
from a San Diego perspective anyway. We mentioned Ohtani homered in his 5th straight game today. The record is 8, and it's held by 3 guys.
Oh, I know one of them.
Who?
Joey Votto tied, right?
No.
Oh, he did 7 then.
Joey Votto did not make 8. The three guys, Ken Griffey Jr., Seattle Mariners, 1993.
I'm acting like I've never heard this, even though I've heard it before.
Don Mattingly, 1987 with the Yankees. And Mattingly was a great hitter, but not a great home run hitter.
That's
it's
crazy.
a little surprising. And the other guy's somebody nobody's ever heard of, a catcher back in the 50s named Dale Long, who did it for the Pirates. So those are the only three that have ever hit a home run in 8 consecutive games.
If I'm Dale, I'm like
Dale
buying
Long?
a bar somewhere, and I'm putting
You're
that
mentioning
up.
that?
Home of
Dale Long, the all-time
Long,
record holder for most consecutive
home
games.
run. It's going to be a really
run.
long sign, but it will be there.
Dale died in 1991, so unlikely that he's going to be purchasing a bar anytime soon.
Thanks.
Sorry, Dale, but you are getting a mention. If any of the Dale Long Marching and Chowder Society is out there, he's getting a mention right now. The guy played 12 years in the big leagues for a whole bunch of different teams, including the Pirates. Made the All-Star team in the year that he set the record with 8
he should.
in a row. He made the All-Star team that year. His lone All-Star appearance.
Home of Dale Long.
Dale Long.
Where's he from? Let's go find out.
He's from Springfield, Missouri. He died in Palm Coast, Florida. You want to know where he's buried in case you'd like to go visit him?
No, I'm good. I'm not going to go visit. Maybe I should go visit
Dale's
Dale.
all over.
Update him on the home run.
I got to be honest with
tally.
you. I got to be honest with you. Dale's all over the place. He was born in Missouri. He died in Florida. He's born in buried in Massachusetts.
That is all
so
over the place.
He's everywhere.
Real quick, tune in to the Manager's Report with Mike Schilt this Friday at 9 a.m. on Ben and
I
Woods.
hope Ben and Woods will ask Mike Schilt if he knows who Dale Long is.
I'm sure he does.
You think?
Honestly, because Mike Schilt's a St. Louis guy. Like, he spent so much
Dale
time
Long's
there.
from Missouri. You think he might have met Dale Long around somewhere?
What year
around
was this for Dale Long? 50s?
that
you
he
said?
did the record?
Yeah.
1956.
I have a
hit
feeling
the 8-game home run streak.
Mike Schilt seems like
He'd
would be a
enough
guy
of a
who
historian
knows.
to know who Dale Long is.
Yeah. But tune into the Manager's Report. I don't think they'll be asking him about Dale Long.
Well, I'm going to see Ben tomorrow, so I might ask him to do it.
There you go. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Schilt, this Friday at 9 a.m. on Ben and Woods. The Manager's Report is refreshed by EcoWater SoCal. Try alkaline water for just $9.95 a month. EcoWater SoCal, keeping it soft since 1925.
Dale Long finished his career with the Bronx Bombers.
Oh, man. Tyler just gave us the greatest bar name for Dale ever. The Long Ball. That is fantastic.
We got to resurrect Dale Long. Either that or we just build a bar in his honor and call it the Long Ball.
Can you imagine building like a restaurant bar for a guy that no one's ever heard of, but call it the Long Ball and just
put a couple of pictures of Dale Long up
and
in
just
there.
make it really well known that he's tied for the most consecutive home runs.
We'll put a little picture of Mattingly and Griffey in the corner because they tied his record, but yeah, that's okay. We've overdone it on Dale
the Long Ball. That is fantastic, Tyler.
He won a World Series ring in 1962 with the Yankees. All right, enough on Dale. More than we ever needed to know.
Really.
Phillies 3, Boston nothing. Speaking of the Yankees, they've gone ahead of Toronto 1-0. In the second, Yankees are trying to catch the Blue Jays, who still have a 3-game lead in that division. Home run in this game, Jason Dominguez. More Gwynn and Chris, and a check of the Big Five when we come back. Padres, although they did not get one today, have already thrown 14 shutouts this year as a staff. And one might say that they need a shutout to win these games. They gave up 3 runs today. It was too many. They lost to the Marlins 3-2. I bring up the shutout stat because the Cardinals, who are going to be hosting the Padres starting tomorrow, were shut out in Colorado today at Coors Field, 6-0. That's the first shutout of the year for the Rockies. They have one. Remember the Rockies came here that one weekend this year and got shut out all 3 games?
Yeah, they didn't even score a run.
That was a signal to how bad the Rockies would be this year. But they're better. They've won 4 of their last 6. They've won 2 straight series.
Michael King went 9 on that Sunday.
Yeah, well, it's the easiest shutout he ever got.
I mean, the two complete games this year have been against the Rockies for the Padres.
Well, you
might as well do it. If
still a big league game.
Totally.
It still goes down as a positive achievement on your record. By the way, they just posted this. It's not only their first shutout of the year, it's their first shutout in 221 games, which is a long
season
time.
and a quarter.
Yeah, last May was the last time. There's only one team that's ever gone longer in the last 100 years. So good on the Rockies, I guess. All right, we're going to get to the Big Five.
Yes.
Skraby's got stuff, including Tyreek Hill.
Oh, yes, I do.
In the news today.
Yes.
Groveling.
Well,
I want to see.
He's not the one speaking
actually,
in
oh,
this.
he's not groveling?
No, this is Tua talking for him.
Tua telling him he needs to grovel.
No, you'll hear the clip, though.
Here it comes after traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is brought to you by the Oceanside Police Department, now hiring public safety dispatchers. South 805 units, some problems this afternoon. Got this collision past Plaza Boulevard up ahead before Camino de la Plaza. There's a collision over to the right shoulder. Also southbound 15 before Adams Avenue, hit and run accident. Not showing if lanes are blocked. Northbound 163 before Mesa College. Got a collision over to the right shoulder. Also northbound 125 near Grossmont. We have reports of some debris across lanes. Northbound 15 before Miramar Road. Got this accident in the center divide. Emergency crews got that left lane blocked. And North 5 Coastline at Mission Avenue. There's a collision involving a couple vehicles. That's over to the right shoulder. The Oceanside Police Department is hiring public safety dispatchers, earn up to $87,000 a year. Lateral bonuses up to $11,000. 12-hour shifts, 3-day work weeks, paid holidays, benefits, and retirement. Apply at joinopd.net. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we got a lot to talk about today. And first, I need to say this hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Staples. Calling all parents and teachers at Staples. Your back to school saved by the button, the easy button, with supplies as low as 25 cents plus laptops up to 40% off and more deals on top brands and trending styles. Find it all at Staples. That was easy. When I
used to like their tagline better.
What is it?
Yeah, we have those too.
How long ago was that?
I don't know. Staples first came out.
Okay. Yeah, we have those too. I mean, it does describe to me that if I go there, you better have it, though.
Better have a few staples, right? Call yourself Staples.
Oh, now I get it.
Oh, yeah. No, that's what did you think it would?
I thought like they just have every sort of office supply. So
no, they were referring to the fact that they actually did have staples.
Okay, good. I'm glad that Staples had staples. When I was a kid, though, it would always depressed me when I would see the back to school sales, the commercials and stuff, because I knew it was coming.
Immediate depression.
Like, no, I don't want to get anything.
Yeah, I hated back to school, and parents who loved back to school because they knew they were going to get the house clear.
Yeah.
And your mom would always give it the old, hey, school's coming up.
Yeah.
Let's go get you some stuff. And you're
No!
like, you know, yeah, you hated it. And they didn't understand that. For that reason, by the way, to this day, I still hate the holiday Labor Day.
Oh, because it's back.
Came right before school.
Yeah.
Although that's not the case anymore.
No, because school starts in like August now.
Kids start school like next week now. They keep moving it and
That's
changing
crazy.
it. But it used to be right after
crazy.
Labor Day. So
whatever happened to summer?
Come on.
Come on, man.
Number 5.
All right, so we don't have a sports court this week, so I'm going to put this right here.
Okay.
But the Chargers are facing a class action lawsuit over sending the 2025 Chiefs home game to Brazil. Now, this went to Pro Football Talk. Mike Florio is really good at breaking these things down. This has not been filed yet, but they're planning on filing it.
Who's filing this?
A season ticket holder.
Oh, the season ticket holder
Is
is going
filing
to
this
sue the Chargers
because
they allowed the NFL to move a game
But here's why.
to Brazil.
But here's why.
Okay.
I'm just going to read what he wrote because it would be much easier to understand. The Chargers marketed season tickets based on a 9-game regular season slate of
Fair
home
enough.
opponents,
I see it.
including the Chiefs. 2, the Chargers sent the Chiefs game to Brazil. 3, the Chargers did not provide a refund to season ticket holders. The renewals arrived in October 2024, touting 9 regular season home games for 2025, including the Chiefs. The Chiefs' presence on the schedule was repeated in advertising published in February 2025.
You know, this is something I'd never thought about, but it's a really good point. The Chiefs are a huge draw. If you're thinking of buying Charger season tickets, you want to see Mahomes, you want to see everybody, Kelsey,
A good game
you
or
want to
whatever.
see Taylor Swift,
I guess,
right?
yeah.
You want to go to the game. And then they move the game to Brazil. Okay. But you got to give people their money back for that game at
Yes.
least, do you not?
By June 2025, so
the Chargers
last
are full
month.
of crap because they did this to me. Remember, they did this to me last year on the parking when I wanted to go up for the Broncos game.
Well, that was more of an NFL thing.
Little different, but the NFL moved the game to Thursday night. My wife and I could no longer go to the game, and we'd already purchased parking 6 months ahead because you have to. And we went to get our parking money back, and they said, oh, no, you already bought the parking. And we're like, yes, we bought parking for a game that's no longer going to be played.
Yeah, yeah.
And they wouldn't give us our money back.
That is crazy.
So the Chargers are just, we hate them already. They're giving us way more reasons.
Here, let me give you some more information, though, because the Chargers would not allow season ticket holders to cancel their tickets for 2025 season with a refund. Instead, cancellation would have resulted in the forfeiture of any payments made already for the 2025
Chargers,
season
you guys
tickets.
are just, no wonder everyone hates you.
There's
Stuff
one
like
more
this.
point that I wanted to make in this thing. Anyway, the plaintiff called the Chargers and wanted to cancel, and they said, "Nope, you can't cancel." So this is when he came up with this idea.
I think you should. I think this would not get thrown out of my courtroom.
Well, I was
Not
going to
just
make.
because
I was
it's
going to
the
ask for a
Chargers.
decision.
Right, not just because it's the Chargers, but because it's just fairness.
If you're gonna market a team, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're right. If you look, you're buying something, and part of what you're buying is a ticket to the Chiefs,
Yeah.
and that is no longer part of what you bought.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe somebody who has better real estate knowledge than I do, but if I buy a house that includes a guest house, and then when I go to move in, they say, "Oh no, you know what? The guest house is not going to be available."
That would change the deal for me.
To me, it's going to change the deal. Maybe that's a bad comparison, but I'm just trying to come up with a comparison.
It's pretty simple to me. It's pretty simple. Give them their money back for that game.
At least back for that. You've got to give them the money for that game.
And if they want to get
sure.
out, if they want to get out of it now because you're not going to be able to see the Chiefs, then you got to let them out without penalty.
Or at the very least, you have to say, "Look, we're going to apply the money to tickets another time," or whatever.
Or
You've got
to your
do-
next year's thing. It's like,
Let me tell you something.
I hate the store credit though.
Let me tell you something. Alaska Airlines was nice enough when Lori messed up our tickets to Las Vegas a month ago.
I
Remember
hope
that?
she's not listening.
Yeah, well, she's admitted it now, finally.
Oh, good.
Yeah. She came to grips with the fact that she pushed the wrong button. But
Okay.
we had mixed up tickets to Las Vegas. Anyway, it was too late to get our money back or too late to buy other tickets because the flight was the next day. Our money back, but they at least gave us credit for another Alaska flight. That's something. And I give Alaska Airlines credit for doing that. They didn't have to. They could have said, tough luck, you messed up. That's kind of what the Chargers are doing. Even in a sense when the buyers didn't mess up. They bought tickets thinking they'd get to see the Chiefs. That might be the only reason some people bought tickets to see the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean,
they're that big of a draw.
It could be.
And now you're going to take the Chiefs out.
The only thing I can think of.
You've got to give people a chance to get some of their money back. I'm on this.
Mike Florio did not say this, but the only reason I see them not being able to do this is if you sign a ticket the season ticket form and it says we can remove games from the schedule at any point.
You better show me that.
I agree.
Okay, now you're talking about buying a ticket to a Broadway play because Taylor Swift is the star. And you show up and she's off that night. I think it says on the ticket.
It does.
We can't guarantee the appearance of everybody.
Because someone could get sick.
Right.
Someone could.
So in that case, you don't get your money back because they told you ahead of time.
Same with the NBA and the load management.
Very good. Yeah, you buy a ticket to see LeBron James, he may not play. So you're right. This is what it's going to come down to on my decision. Did the Chargers say in their ticket somewhere that the schedule could change without notice?
I think it's in there. If not, this is a major
They got to give the money back.
Legal team.
They got to give the money back. But then again, the NFL is so full of itself. They went right ahead and moved that Charger Bronco game to Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
All the people, like my wife and I, were inconvenienced. But what about all the people from Denver who had wanted to fly out on a Friday and a Saturday
because they couldn't switch anything?
They couldn't switch it. The game was played. They had a hotel room for the next day.
Yeah.
That's too late.
Yeah.
And the NFL said, they don't care. And not only the NFL say they don't care, they said now they're going to do it all the time. They said it got good to them. They're going to do it more this year. There'll be more games.
I don't know if you heard my eye roll.
To Thursday night.
All right, we need to get moving. But we're both in agreement on this. Tua Tagovailoa scored some points with me today, Chris, and made me feel good about the the Dolphins locker room leading into the season. At the start of training camp today, Tua said this about Tyreek Hill's "I'm out" comment after last season and whether or not Tua or Tyreek has to rebuild relationships. Here is your quarterback.
But it's not just with me. It's with a lot of the guys. I'm not the only one that heard that. You guys aren't the only people that heard that. A lot of people that follow football, that follow the Miami Dolphins, that follow Tyreek, that are fans of his. Everyone has seen that. So when you say something like that, you don't just come back from that with, hey, my bad. You got to work that relationship up. You got to build everything up again. And yeah, that it's still a work in progress, not just for me, but for everybody. But like I said, he's working on himself. He's working on the things that he says he wants to get better with and do better on. So that's the first step to me. And so I commend him for doing that.
All right, that was Tua Tagovailoa talking today. Made a big fan out of me.
Well, what he's
sounds like a leader.
Yeah, well, what he's referring to is that Tyreek Hill did talk to reporters today, and he said that he has been working on himself this whole offseason to become a better person. And I hope that that's true because Tyreek Hill is less than a stellar person. He's a fantastic player.
Here's the question. Do you think this is the leadership Tyreek needs?
Well, it's a start. Will he follow the leadership?
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
If he's going to listen to it and go, who's he to say something?
Yeah.
Then Tyreek's falling back to being who he was before.
Yeah.
So let's hope that Tyree, who said, I'm focusing on myself, my family. I really want to be the best version of me. I'm, focusing on myself to be better. So I hope so, because Tyreek needs work in all of those areas. The one area he doesn't need work on is being a football player. He's
really
good at that. So, I hope that Tua helps lead him down the proper road.
You know what? I think that's a great way of putting it. I think Tua is a good person for Tyreek because Tua seems like he's got a head on his shoulders that,
it's interesting.
Makes good decisions.
We've criticized Tua probably more on this show than most because, we follow the Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa has never done anything that I can think of that has created a stir with anyone else. He's a good guy. He works hard. He's injury prone, but you could also say he has fought through it and still wishes to keep playing despite warnings that he shouldn't.
That's true.
So a lot of people say, well, Tua's kind of stupid. How about saying that Tua's a gamer and we ask for guys like this? We don't see them as often as we used to.
I agree.
So maybe Tua deserves a little.
He needs
his
flowers.
A little love.
Number 3.
Another quarterback talking to the media today was Caleb Williams, and he was asked about some of his personal goals heading into 2025. This is the quarterback of the Bears today.
Obviously, I have self goals, and that's being the first 4,000-yard passer in Bears history. That's a goal of mine. 70% completion that helps the team, keeps us on the field, puts us in better positions. And then other than that, just trying to go down and score the most points that we can with each drive that we have. So that's kind of my self goal, and obviously other than that, you got to go win. That's success for me. That's success for the team, and that's all we wish for and all I wish for.
I may have been wrong about Caleb Williams last year, but here's the thing. He wants to be the first 4,000-yard passer in Bears history. He also wants to complete 70% of passes. Last year, he completed 62.5% of his passes, and he threw for 3,541 yards, 20 TDs, and 6 interceptions. I'm up right here, I guess. Do you think he could reach those goals? I do. Reach those goals. And I think he's going to get better this year. I may have misjudged Caleb Williams when he was doing his whole pre-draft process thing. I may have fallen for some media banana in the tailpipe, but I feel like he has done a really good job of just kind of staying out of things. So, Chris, what do you think? Can he reach his goals?
I don't think he'll make it. To do both things, he'd have to do something that only 4 other quarterbacks did in all of football last year.
Oh, I mean, okay.
Those 4 were Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow, and Geno Smith. Now, that's not exactly, I know, it's not exactly a Hall of Fame group, but only 4 guys did 70% and 4,000 yards. It's not easy to do.
I didn't realize it wasn't. I just thought everybody threw for over 4,000.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes was 67% and under 4,000. And that's Mahomes. So I don't know. Those are pretty lofty goals. And I don't know that I like putting a 70% on a guy, because then I think if it's in the back of your mind, you might start to guide the ball a little, going, I got to go 7 for 10. But at the same time, he's got to improve 62. 62 was the worst in the league.
I wouldn't even expect that.
It was Young and Trevor Lawrence and Drew Lock. It was bad. So he's got to do better.
All right.
In that regard.
Number 2.
We're going to have to move through this quick. We don't need to do number 1. North Texas coach Eric Morris didn't hold back when asked about potentially joining the Pac-12 as a travel partner for Texas State. With a grin and a tone dripping in honesty, according to the article, he responded, quote, nah, the Pac-12 is the old Mountain West now. This assessment is cutting deep at the conference, trying to get out there.
What does Tony say? Oh, shots fired.
Shots fired.
Yeah.
Morris went on to explain how grueling long travel is while shuttling between regions and opponents. He pointed out that North Texas already faces enough hardship with trips inside the FBS's traditional footprint. Adding cross-country flights to a Midwest majority league would complicate everything from injury recovery to practice schedules. Chris, is he wrong?
I think he's a little short-sighted. And the reason I'm going to say that is because the Pac-12 it has a chance to be, better than it currently is. Whereas, where's North Texas going as it stands now?
I don't know.
Who even knows who North Texas is?
Are they the Mean Green?
Yeah, you know who they're named after? Mean Joe Green, who played at North Texas. They're the only school I've ever heard of that's named after a former player.
That is fun.
But I hope they have fun playing Temple and Tulsa and UAB and Charlotte and, games that nobody cares
I don't understand
about.
why he's complaining about the travel when Midwest travel seems to be a little bit easier for him.
Yeah, he's got to play East Carolina right now. That's further away. So I think he's being short-sighted. I think North Texas, that would be a hell of a feather in their cap.
All right, more
to be invited.
More Gwynn and Chris when we get back in 97.3 The Fan.
And it's funny that you join us as we kick off the happy hour because Skraby has a dude wipe update.
It is. I'm shocked by this update.
Well, I want to give everybody a chance before we just lay it on them. Give them a chance to prepare for it.
Okay.
A dude wipe update coming up. 5:01 is the time. Crisello, Mr. Skraby alongside. We're in the Odyssey Palace Studios. Tony Gwynn Jr. is probably either in or close to St. Louis by now.
Oh, let me go check my app.
Traveling to St. Louis, where they'll start a 4-game series tomorrow night against the Cardinals. Padres have dropped back-to-back 1-run games. They fell to the Marlins today, 3-2. Jesus Sanchez hit a 2-run home run off Dylan Cease in the 5th inning. That followed an error by Manny Machado. And that was enough for Sandy Alcantara and the Marlins to hang on for a 3-2 win. The save, by the way, today, Skraby, went to Calvin Fauché.
Sure.
Well, we should know he's from San Diego. He grew up in Chula Vista, went to Hilltop High School, and Southwestern JC. Fauché picked up his 9th save of the season, with a 1-2-3 9th inning today. Marlins take the series. Padres are 3-3 on the 10-game trip. And as we said earlier, they're okay at the moment. They're 8 games over 500. They're a game and a half clear of the Giants for the last wild card spot. But here are the Padres' opponents the next month. St. Louis, Mets, St. Louis, Arizona, Boston, San Fran, Dodgers, San Fran, Dodgers, Seattle. There's only one losing team in that whole bunch. And that losing team is the Diamondbacks, and they're not,
they have
a pushover.
the Padres number.
Well, the point is the Padres are 18-31 this year against teams with winning records. That had better improve over the next month because they're going to be facing nothing but teams with winning records. Starting tomorrow night with Yu Darvish on the mound against Sonny Gray of the Cardinals. Cardinals were shut out in Colorado today, 6-0 at Coors Field. So they'll be in good spirits coming home, I'm sure. Elsewhere, Dodgers rallied. Freeman had the 2-run walk-off single off the glove of Harrison Bader in left field to win it. 4-3 for the Dodgers over the Twins. Giants got 2 home runs from my favorite player, Rafael Devers, 9-3 over the Braves. First win of the year for Justin Verlander there. Giants take that series, move within a game and a half of the Padres for the wild card. I had something.
Sorry.
Yeah, you know what happens when you think of something and then it doesn't come to you?
No, yes, I know that feeling very well. But okay, so we're gonna do 30 Mile Zone later, and I got some great stories. But the Browns unveiled a new helmet today.
The Cleveland Browns.
Yes, and there was a massive cameraman fail during this, and I will share it later, but it is hilarious.
Is it part of the 30 Mile Zone?
It will be, yes.
The Browns already have 2 helmets. They have the all-orange one and the all-white one.
And now they have
another one.
I guess it's like orange stripes with all brown.
Okay.
The NFL is allowing teams to open up.
I think they're allowing, I get it, but I am old school on a lot of things, including the uniform. I'm willing to give you a couple of home uniforms so you can sell them. I like the Padres and the City Connect.
Yep.
And that's, maybe 1 or 2 on the road. That's enough. But these teams that have 39 uniforms drives me a little cray-cray. All right. What do you got on the update on the dude wipe situation?
Okay.
So I think we've given everybody time to prepare for this.
I put it on Twitter just now, and our boss commented with the eek face, like, oh,
not good.
So the dude wipes thing is, dude wipes are baby wipes for adults, I guess. And so one day we walked into the bathroom,
They're
and
baby wipes for adults. And as I said in the promo, I can't believe people even use this stuff.
I don't mind it.
They're okay, but they're in our bathroom, and they're like community property.
Yeah, that's the weird part.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
At
agree. Least if I'm going to use a dude wipe, I'm going to try to use my own.
So you could go to at Matt Skraby on either Instagram or Twitter. Go to my story on Instagram. But so I walk in the bathroom in the break. I'm washing my hands and I spot something on the ground.
Okay.
Look, Chris. And again, you can go to at Matt Skraby.
Hang on. Oh, it's in your phone.
Yeah.
You're not putting it up on the
Oh,
screen.
I can't. I can't do it.
I can't even
fast enough.
see that far.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm
I look
glasses,
back.
They only work to
I look back as I'm washing my hands and I see the dude wipes are in the middle of the two toilet stalls. So they are in the middle of the stalls.
They're sitting between the stalls.
People
in the
to
package?
share in the package with the top.
So you're telling me
open.
that potentially two people were in stalls next to each other and they were sharing dude wipes as they went along.
Yeah.
You're assuming that.
Well, why would it be on the floor in the bathroom open in the middle of the two stalls? This is usually on the counter.
This is something I don't even want to delve into because I don't want to know anything about dude wipes. I don't get it.
I am highly
Dubious
creeped
of
out
this?
by this.
Right.
This is, I will never go into a bathroom where someone's in it to begin with. Secondly,
That's true. Skraby could be dying over here and he'll run to the bathroom between breaks and then he'll come back and I'll go, what happened? He goes, well, there's somebody in there. And I'm like, well, what if somebody's in there for like the next 2 hours? Then you're just stuck.
I'm going downstairs. I'll go to the first bathroom. Anyway,
You're so weird.
I would not sit next to someone and do my business and then reach down to the shared dude wipes that are on the floor.
Let me ask you this, and this is my last question on the subject.
Okay.
Have you ever been in well, you haven't because you won't go in, but I'll ask everyone else. You ever been in a public restroom somewhere, airport, let's say?
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's a good one, yeah.
I mean, if you have to go to the airport, Skraby, there's no way you're going to be able to wait.
I have to, yeah, you're right.
You got to go. You got to share.
Well, where I wait to
at
get
the
on
airport.
the plane.
Okay. Anyway, let's say you go and you sit down and you do your business and you run out of toilet paper or there's none.
Do I have any more
no
gaskets?
Have you ever knocked on the stall and asked the guy next to you to pass some underneath?
Never.
You haven't?
Oh God, no.
Okay, you would rather
yes.
You'd rather walk out with a messy
yes
situation than just simply ask the person next to you to pass you a couple underneath the stall.
No, what I would do is I would go out of the stall. I would go get napkins or paper towels or something and then come back because
you can't do that.
Zero chance I'm ever asking a stranger for toilet paper in the bathroom. Zero chance. You ask the question like you do this all the time.
No, I don't. I will not sit down in a stall until I see that there is plenty of
that's a good point
tissue.
too. You have to be able to figure
But
that
let's just
out.
say you forgot to look and now you run out. I think many people listening have and would ask the neighbor to loan them some so that you don't have to get up without being able to clean up.
If you're on the chat and you've done that, please let us know why you did that.
Why? There's you don't need a why.
Okay.
We know why.
If you did that.
Yeah. I bet you somebody's done.
If someone knocked on my stall and was like, "Excuse me, sir, can I have some toilet paper?
I need some toilet paper." You would say what?
I would not say anything.
Wow. You would just pretend you're not there.
I would pretend I had headphones on or something like that.
You are one of the meanest people on earth.
I mean, it's not my problem that they sat down in a bathroom stall without toilet paper.
It's maybe isn't your problem, but you can help the person. And you're going to say, "No, not helping."
Not helping. Sorry.
Wow.
That is one of the creepiest things ever.
Wow.
Like I can watch Art the Clown and Terrifier going to sleep, but you tell me that I need to talk to someone about toilet paper. Not
you don't have
happen.
to talk to them about it. They just asked you. You don't even have to speak. You can just roll off a few pieces, reach under the thing, and hand it to the person.
Okay, here we go.
And they'll be on their way. And guess what? You can wait till they leave so that you don't even have to be seen by them ever.
Okay, here. Excuse me, sir. I don't have any toilet paper.
Yeah, let me
here.
get you a couple pieces.
Can I have like I don't know. I think I'm gonna need like 50 sheets.
Sure.
Okay.
Well,
that's it. That's the conversation. That is the creepiest conversation of all time.
I think you're worse than anybody that you won't do it.
Adam Paul is saying dude wipes are a Shark Tank product. I'm not making fun of the dude wipes.
I don't even want to talk about the dude wipes anymore. I want to talk about whether or not you out there would help a person out who ran out.
J-Max says, I pretended to not know how to speak English.
Okay.
That's a good one. I'm going to have to use that one.
Try that one. Just pretend not to speak English.
The one time...
please tell me we have a nice person listening to the show who would help the other person out.
When I was 18...
in a difficult spot.
I went to Europe with my parents, and there were many a times, Chris, where there was no toilet paper where we went. And so...
Europe's not a great place for that stuff.
No.
I learned that myself.
I'm going with my sock before I'm going to ask someone.
All right, let's get on to another quick subject. And then I want to talk about the NFL and how much bleeping money these people
Cole
have.
said, yes, I would help.
Thank you, Cole. Thank you. I hope if I get into an airport stall and I'm in need, I hope
Cole's next to you.
I hope Cole is next to me. He's the one guy that would help me out. All right, we're going to talk about the NFL and how incredibly much money they have. But before I do that, if you're on YouTube, you can see it. It's the next Padre giveaway. It is called a sandless beach towel. It's presented by Southwest Airlines. Now, this is a beach towel. Apparently, if you shake it or something, all the sand falls off. Okay. It's also nearly sand color from the old Padre days. Remember where they wore those kind of sand uniforms?
Yes.
It's close. But anyway, get your brown and gold beach towel. First 40,000 in attendance. Tuesday night's game when the Padres take on the New York Metropolitans. It's presented by Southwest Airlines, as mentioned. First pitch, 6:40 p.m. Gates open 90 minutes before the game. So you want to arrive early to make sure you get the giveaway. More information, visit padres.com/giveaways. Sandless beach towel, the next giveaway item next Tuesday. Padres Mets. When we return.
Oh my gosh, Chris. Someone just admitted something on the chat that I don't know I can deal with. But we have to bring it up.
We'll find out what that was when we come back, and we'll also tell you that NFL owners are rich, but you're not going to believe how rich. When we return after traffic, more Gwynn and Chris. things to get done here as we come back to Gwynn and Chris. Quick scoreboard update. Anthony Volpe, home run, Yankees 2, Jays 2. Top of the 5th. AL East showdown there. Dodgers won. Some say very luckily today. I'll explain. After Skraby explains to me what happened. We were talking about the dude wipe situation in the restroom.
Yep.
We were also talking about whether or not if you were in a stall at the airport or somewhere, public place, and you ran out of tissue paper,
or toilet tissue,
would you ask the person next to you under the stall for a loan? Well, I guess it wouldn't be a loan because you're not going to give it back.
Yeah, here you go.
Right. Yeah. Or if somebody asked you, would you help them out? Skraby said, absolutely not. Somebody else said they would pretend they didn't speak English. And anyway, you got another one. So I don't even know what this one is.
I'm going to have to.
But it grossed you out.
Oh, did it ever?
All
this
right.
is from Brian.
Maybe you shouldn't even share. Is it
No,
worth sharing?
we've done this already. So.
Okay, all right.
I have had to use my hand once in a private bathroom at a restaurant. There was no paper, and I had to get up, and then I washed my hands after I was done.
I don't think I could do it.
Oh, there's zero chance I could do it.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say. At a restaurant? I don't know.
Don't think I might just
I'm
stay
telling
in there.
you.
I might just stay in there until they closed and figure somebody would come in at some point. And then, I could get some more.
I'm definitely using my sock in that moment.
That grosses me out as well. All right, let's try to get back to it here. Dave Roberts, I want to ask you this. Dave Roberts last night said after the Dodgers lost again to the Twins, and then they end up winning today, but this is after last night's loss. Dave Roberts said this, said it better be rock bottom as far as how we've been pitching, how we've been playing defense. So the offense is starting to tick up. That's good. But yeah, I think as far as the quality of baseball, it's been a tough watch. I only bring this up because do you think Mike Shildt would say anything similar if the Padres were struggling? Would Mike Shildt be that brutally honest about his own team? I don't think he would. I don't know what's better or worse, but I don't think Mike Shildt would say that his own team was a tough watch. And I'm not knocking him. I'm saying there's different ways of going about, doing your job.
I think it would have to get pretty bad for him to say that.
Because Mike Shildt is, almost, I think a lot of people would say, almost over complimentary to his guys.
He does.
Even when the most obvious thing, let's say Vasquez walks 12 guys. And then, Mike Shildt would say, well, he was struggling. He wasn't getting a couple calls. No. Why don't you just say that he was terrible?
Well, I
but
think
that's not Mike Shilt's way.
Instead of a traffic cop, he was playing Frogger.
Right. But that's just not what Mike Shildt would do. Dave Roberts did say all that, and I think it's interesting. Now you get different teams, different, situations.
Do you think that Dave Roberts has to be that way because his team has so many expectations and
Maybe.
he needs to?
I just think it's Dave Roberts' way of trying to get his guys to snap out of it.
I don't think either is
Mike
wrong.
Shildt, I don't either. I'm saying that there's different ways to skin a cat. Whatever Dave Roberts said last night worked today. Dodgers win 4-3. However, a couple of things about the bottom of the ninth inning of this game, Skraby, that we haven't discussed yet.
Okay.
First two men were out for the Dodgers in the bottom of the ninth. They're down 3-2. Mookie Betts was up with a 1-2 count. I don't know if you want to find this and put it up so people can be angry.
I'm not allowed to play MLB highlights on the stream.
Then you'll just have to trust me. The next pitch was a half swing, except he swung. They appealed at first base. All the first base umpire had to do was signal correctly that Betts swung, and the game would have been over.
Oh, I'm looking. Yeah, he went.
Right. Umpire didn't say
went.
so. Umpire said, nope, he didn't go. Well, you know what happened next. Betts got a hit, and then up came Ohtani. And this is what I want to ask you on this. Betts is the tying run with 2 outs. He goes to first base. Here comes Ohtani. Ohtani's already homered in the game. It's the 5th game in a row that he's hit a home run. The Twins walked him intentionally. Now, I don't mind that, except for the fact that by doing it, they pushed Betts to second base. And now all it's going to take is a single by the next hitter to tie the game. Would you do that? I think it was, I don't agree with Rocco Baldelli. I got to count on my pitcher to not give up a home run to Ohtani there. But I don't want
a heater.
I know. So that's the call. And he decided, you know what? I'm going to move the tying run into scoring position. I don't ever like doing that.
It's tough to do that for sure.
But he did it. And then after a walk, loaded the bases, Freeman got the 2-run single. Dodgers win.
It's an interesting way
It's
to
an
look at
interesting
it.
conundrum. Now, here's the other argument on the other side. If Betts was at second base and Ohtani came up, you'd walk him without even thinking about it.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
So why not walk him here? You're just creating first and second. But I don't agree. I don't ever want to put a situation
How many outs were there?
2 outs. I don't want to put a situation where the next hitter, who in this case was Esteury Ruiz, now he walked, but I don't want to create a situation where all he has to do is get a check swing single and the game is tied up. I want Ohtani to double off the fence and tie the game.
Well, Ohtani has also been striking out a lot lately, and I'm looking at his last 3 games. He's hit home runs in 5 straight games. The last 3 games, obviously, he's hit 3 home runs, but he's only had 1 hit in each of those games, but he's had 7 strikeouts in the last 3 games. So why not bet on your pitcher to strike him out?
I'm just saying, I'm betting on my pitcher to not give up a 2-run home run there.
Yeah.
As opposed to walking him and then telling my pitcher, you can't give up a single. And that's what happened. They gave up a single, they lost. It's, you might say Monday morning quarterback because it didn't work, but, clearly did not work.
I mean, Ohtani's just scary all the way around.
He does. He changes everything. We told you the Phillies were creaming the Red Sox 5-0. They had 4 home runs, the Phillies did. Well, that's changed quickly in Philadelphia.
Oh, whoa.
Romy Gonzalez, first baseman for the Bo Sox, just hit a grand salami.
Wow.
Red Sox have gone ahead 6-5. The Phillies in the 5th. Little update there for you. All right, I promise that we talk about these football owners and how much money they have. I have something here that's going to actually put it into perspective for you, so you'll really realize how rich these people are. That and a TMZ after we take a short timeout.
Ben and Woods.
Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Machado has joined the show. Manny, welcome. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
I guess we got to start with the most important part. I mean, you reached a pretty big milestone, hit 2,000. You hit 2004 now. You hit 350 early in the year. I mean, at what point in the offseason, at what point at all does this start to become something that you're actually thinking about? Because, I mean, that's a lot of hits, man. You ain't thinking about that from the beginning.
I knew the 3,000 was coming. I mean, I knew both of them going into the season where I was at, how many I was missing to get to those milestones. But thinking about it, I mean, right to like when you got 2 hits left, I'm not gonna lie, I've been searching for those 2 hits for a while, and man, I said it earlier this week. I mean, it's really hard to get a hit in the big leagues.
Yeah,
and that made me realize that just looking for those 2 hits, you're I mean, the ones before have come. I mean, I hit 3 yesterday. That was, it kind of just came. But when you're searching for it, when you want to hit those 2 hits, man, it's really hard. But finally you get it, and it's kind of like, all right, let's go. Now it's kind of let's get it past it and enjoy it.
Did it weigh on you as you got closer? I mean, you started about 100 away when you came into
100.
the season. Did it weigh on you as you started to get closer?
No, not really. I think when it got really close, I think when it was when it kind of started thinking about it the last couple, and then it didn't help that I kind of got into a little fun going into, Cincinnati and Philadelphia. I'm like, man, those are the 2 places you want to get hot. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to these 2 places, get a few homers, get a few knocks, hopefully, get it done on the road. And then, You know, you go to Cincy, we get almost no hit by Nick, and then that whole road trip kind of just went to spiral, and I couldn't really get it. But you know what? I think everything happens for a reason. You know, it kind of felt good to do it in front of the home crowd and get the standing ovation and do it in front of the people that support you every single day. So I think that it kind of worked out even better.
Talking to Manny Machado here on 97.3 The Fan for Friar Friday. And one of the things I love about you is that you love the game and the history of the game and the history behind the stats and all that stuff. And do you ever get to stop and think about 40 years from now, 30, 40 years from now? I know I'm going to be telling my unborn grandchildren that I'm sitting here interviewing you right now because I think you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. But do you ever give yourself the ability to stop and think about how you're going to be remembered?
Not really, honestly. Not really. I love living in the moment. I you know, people ask me, how's it feel to hit 2,000 hits? Were you even thinking about that? Like, and honestly, like, I kind of don't even want to reflect on it yet. I think I kind of want to wait for that and kind of look back and like really realize, how cool all of this is. I kind of just, I mean, that's how I live life. You know, I like living in the moment. I just enjoy every single day I come. Today's a brand new day, you know, put yesterday in the past and enjoy what's today going to bring us. Right. And, I kind of just try to live by that way. But hopefully, one day I definitely want to look back. I know they're pretty cool numbers. They're pretty cool things I've been doing so far. But I kind of just want to keep living in the moment for a little bit more.
How long can you see yourself playing in your 40s?
I mean, I got no choice. I got no choice.
Deeper into your 40s, can you see yourself?
I mean, how this game is going, probably not. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to. I mean, look, there's two sides of things, right? There's obviously I'm gonna be a little bit older. The game's gonna be younger. Game's probably gonna be faster. I mean, when I came up 10 years ago, I mean, it was average. You had two guys in the bullpen throwing 96. Right. I mean, you have two guys throwing 96 now, and everybody else is throwing harder than that.
Right.
You know, that's the lowest now at this point. So, is the game going to be at that level when I'm in the 40s? Who knows? But on the flip side of that, I mean, there's going to be technology. There's going to be stuff that you can do a lot better to take care of your body a lot better. You're going to be able to recover faster. And I think, me knowing myself, I'm probably going to be ahead of that curve on trying to take care of my body as best as I can.
Talking to Manny Machado here on Friday 97.3 The Fan. And I want to know, because you hit number 2000 was a hard hit single. Number 2001, a homer. Would you have switched those in your mind, or are you happy with how it played out?
No, I think I'm good how it played out. You know, I think it's better kind of just to have that moment for yourself and kind of just say, man, I would have preferred a double, honestly. I would have preferred a double than a single. But even before that, I was even telling Bogey, I walked out, I'm like, man, I think I'm going to butt. I think I'm going to butt one, just to kind of get a little closer to that 2000.
That would have been memorable if you would have bunted on your 2000 hit. Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Machado has joined the show. Manny, welcome. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
This is the Happy Hour on Gwynn and Chris. It's brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball season is in full swing. So is swim season. Call GL Pools. Mention radio. That'd be a good thing to say, because if you do that, you'll get a free month of pool service. Padres fall. Marlins 3, Padres 2. Padres do not win the series. Marlins win the series. Padres take a 3-3 record on this road trip into St. Louis for 4. Then the Mets come to town on Monday night to start a short homestand, which includes the Mets and then the Cardinals again. So we're going to see a lot of the Cardinals over the next 10 days or so. Skrabe?
Yeah, I don't like how the schedule has worked out this year.
Well,
they're going to play the Dodgers in back-to-back weeks in 2 separate points in the season. That doesn't make sense.
They're going to do Giants-Dodgers, Giants-Dodgers.
Yeah.
In the middle of August.
And then they don't play again.
And that's it. Yeah. The schedule is stupid right now because of all of the interleague games. They don't need them.
I agree.
They just don't.
They don't.
Go back to playing teams in your division. We want to see that. And we're not the only ones.
No. Definitely not.
All right, the NFL, it has so much money, and the teams have so much money. And then we got to do traffic and finish up with your TMZ. Today, the Packers, it was reported, received a check, basically, from the NFL. And it was the revenue sharing check. This is the money, and give the NFL credit. We've gone over this before. The NFL was smart enough to do this 100 years ago. They share the TV rating or TV money equally.
Yes.
It's allowed the league to be, so much better in so many ways than baseball, where the Yankees keep all their money and the Royals get none. In football, everybody shares equally. The revenue sharing check for the Packers for this year was $432 million. Now, how much money is that? That's a lot.
$432 million.
But here's really how much it is. The average payroll for a team, the whole team, according to Spot Track, 2024, average payroll for a whole team, $249 million. Now that's a lot.
That is.
But it's not $432 million.
Not.
If you take 432 and subtract the payroll, so every player is paid, you still have $183 million left over.
Oh, that's going in the pocket.
Number one. Number two, you still haven't sold a single ticket to a game, and you're already plus 183. You haven't sold parking for $75. Like, you don't need to do that. You see what I mean? Like, that's the thing that makes you mad.
I do.
Okay, you want to say the ticket's worth something? It is. People would like to have the ticket. I think you can charge a certain amount because I want it, you want it, they want it. So I'm going to
cost demand.
There's a demand. Parking is something that you just absolutely have to do. But, the team doesn't need $50 a head or $75. They could let you park for $5 and it wouldn't hurt their bottom line hardly at all.
No.
They're already plus $200 million on the revenue sharing check to begin with. We bring this up often because it's a reminder that the next time you see so-and-so just signed an insane contract for 10 years and you say, oh, I can't believe that guy's making this money. Would you rather him make it or the owners? Because the owners have it. Isn't that incredible?
It really is.
You could pay out your whole salary and have $183 million left over.
And like you said, that doesn't include ticket concessions. That doesn't include concessions at games. It doesn't include
How about
merchandising. Doesn't include any of that.
On. And now you're going to tell me on top of all the money you're gouging me for, you're going to make me give you $75 to park when it could be $7 and it'd be the same darn thing.
I really wish
it really annoys the hell out of me, to be honest with you.
Well,
so much money. I mean, how much is enough, as we like to say, right?
I talk about this a lot because these owners do, like, okay, fine, you have a lot of money, but like, why keep
how much
charging?
More do you need?
And the reason they're charging everyone is because people pay it. I think we all need to go on strike. And just not pay for these
us
things.
Us and Angel Reese. Angel Reese is going to go on strike if they WNBA players don't start getting paid NBA salaries.
Oh, well.
Good luck with that,
I
Angel.
think you're probably going to be going on strike then.
I'm trying to be, but when she says things like that, it's hard to get behind it.
It is.
I get it on the surface, but you're not bringing in the same revenue. You can't have the same amount of money.
Yeah.
Just can't.
I mean, one day maybe you get to the point, but
not now. All right.
Padres diehard said, I'm paying $50 to park at the San Diego FC game tomorrow. I actually I do mind it, but I don't mind it because they're not an NFL team. And they're not printing money.
Padres diehard, though, that's a bunch of money. It really is. You can almost walk from my house, and I would let you park in the driveway. But
give Chris 25, and he'll let you park in the driveway.
I'll let you walk from the house.
That is a long walk.
It's a long walk, yeah. All right, let's get to traffic and then check our TMZ fun stories of the day to finish up.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Got an accident in the downtown area, southbound 5 right before Civic Center. Motorcycle involved. It's in the center divide. Also an accident being cleared out of lanes east 905 near Picador. Car fire east 52 past Convoy. It's over to the right shoulder. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
If you don't know your sports gossip, can you really call yourself a sports fan? It's time to bring together sports and celebrity gossip. We call it the 30-mile zone, mainly so we don't get sued by the real company. On 97.3 The Fan.
Chris, Dude Wipes is infiltrating our lives. So if you go to our little video, Chris, I'm going to show you the Browns thing that I was like laughing at earlier. So the Browns,
that's their new helmet.
But see,
they're
it says
sponsored
Dude
by
Wipes.
Dude Wipes.
It's insane. I didn't even realize that until right this moment. So
they're everywhere.
They're unveiling this helmet. But go ahead, Chris. I'm going to roll this. If you want to see us on YouTube, you can watch us on YouTube every single day, each show. Just go to YouTube, search 97.3 The Fan. Watch the guy in the number 8 jersey in the front.
I see him.
He's a cameraman.
Okay.
They're unveiling the new helmets, and he's getting the good shots, and then he walks right off of the dock into the water.
Oh, my goodness. I wish every one of you driving could see this video right now because you would get the best laugh out of it.
Look, if you look at his right foot, Chris, he's looking for that next
Not there.
step.
Well, they unveiled this new Browns helmet on a barge, right?
Yeah.
Out in
that's what
the
it is.
lake.
It's not
I
a dock,
imagine it's
a
in
barge.
Lake Erie.
Yeah.
Imagine it's Lake Erie. They got the helmet under a canopy on this barge.
And they got a Dude Wipes guy there,
and it's sponsored by a Dude Wipe, which is crazy in itself. But the guy who's filming it is walking across the barge. They unveil the helmet. He's backing up to try to get a little wide angle, and he steps right off the barge, and he doesn't know it until he hits the water.
Someone,
That's
someone, I guess we could say this is all staged for. It doesn't look staged.
I don't think so.
This guy looks like he has no idea.
Like
he's
he
about to fall.
legitimately fell off.
Look at his right foot. It's like no,
he couldn't have acted that. Yeah, that's a good one.
There's that one.
And you know, it's funny. I barely even looked at the helmet. Like it's a new Browns helmet, but it's
the
brown
helmet
in
doesn't
color.
even matter really.
No, it doesn't.
In this story,
that you got to see this video. Everybody make a point to look at the Browns video of the helmet.
I retweeted it.
You need a laugh out there, and
yes.
that will give you one for sure.
Now, I know this isn't sports related, but Chris, did you hear about what happened over the weekend with the Midway?
The Midway, the ship
the USS
down there?
Midway,
Our
yes.
Midway.
Yes.
Okay.
So there was a 40-year-old man, and I'm not going to actually mention his name, but his name is out there if you really want to know. But he ended up crashing his really, really, really nice boat into the Midway because he was drunk. And so he has caused $100,000 in damage. And his boat has been impounded. I actually should have had the video ready for this, and I'm just going to get it real quick because this guy, this is the dangers of drinking and doing anything with heavy machinery. Give me a second for the stream people. But if you've heard about this, he is in some trouble because he ran into the Midway after he was drinking. And that's not good, Chris. That's not good. Where is this?
Drinking and driving is,
it's terrible.
Quite frowned upon.
Yes.
Sometimes it doesn't feel like boating and drinking is frowned upon enough.
I agree.
Right?
I agree with that.
People go out on a boat. Doesn't everybody have a few?
Yeah.
Probably including the captain.
All right, here is here's the video, Chris. See, this is a really nice boat that this guy's got.
Oh, yeah, video of this too. I want to see. Oh man,
this is a really nice boat.
And he's just running right into the Midway. I want to see him actually make contact.
Yeah, watch. Someone goes. He's just rolling. Boom! He crushes into it.
Okay.
And so they came over, obviously. They checked him out. He had been drinking. And so really, I'm just bringing this up because, A, this is a really, really bad
Let's
move.
tell people to stop drinking
and
altogether.
don't drink and boat. Come on.
Drinking boat, drinking bike, drinking walk. Careful out there.
And the people on the ship were like, what just happened? This guy had no control over
I
his
hope
boat.
I hope he's tasked with paying the entire freight of this.
I'm thinking he will. It's $100,000 in damage, which for the Midway. So this is a bad thing on his part. All right, another thing. So there was a bat flip in a Little League World Series game that got the player. He got. Let me just get this. I didn't prepare well for this segment, as everybody can hear right now. He was suspended for a bat flip instead.
Little League player.
Yes, a Little League player. It's Marco Rocco, a star player in Haddonfield Little League team. The reigning state champs was to flip ahead of Thursday's championship game. His father is seeking an emergency temporary restraining order that will allow him to play. That always makes me a little weirded out because now we're bringing in the courts so that your son can play a game. But I'm trying to put it up so that we can all see it. There we go. It's up. I got to put it over here now. And so, Chris, you can see the bat flip. It's the one on the bottom. It's not the one on the top.
Okay.
It's the one on the bottom, but here we go.
Again, I apologize to those of you driving home.
Yeah,
we'll try our best to describe it.
Yeah, I'm trying to describe it.
He hits a long home run. He throws the bat almost up into the stands.
Yeah, so he throws the bat, and then he goes around third, and he's like, "Can you hear me?" And he's dancing as he gets into home.
Again, I'm not going to even remotely blame this kid.
Because this is what happened today in the Padres game.
This is Jesus Sanchez today. This is everybody.
I mean, he did
hitting
smash
home runs,
but he did throw the bat way up in the air.
Yeah, I don't know that a suspension is warranted, though. He's a kid. Tell him, to watch it, and that's enough, isn't it? Do we really need a suspension every time somebody goes off course just a little bit?
You better suspend every single kid now
for everything
that is bat flipping.
Yeah, I'm not into this.
Yeah, I'm not into this either. And
I didn't like it, but that's because I'm old. I want people to hit a home run look like they've hit one, but yeah, I mean, that kid, he needs, like the coach has got to grab him and go, come on.
No, the coach was encouraging him as he came around third.
I'm sure.
The coach was definitely encouraging him.
Different world.
Do you have any stories?
No, you had a good one earlier, and now I forgot what it was. You were going to talk about, you told me before the show, and I said, oh, yeah, let's use that.
I don't remember what you said.
What it was.
I don't remember what it was either. This is my worst.
Do you know who Joey Meyer is?
I do not.
I didn't either. I was just looking at the longest home runs ever hit in the history of baseball. And apparently that record is held by a guy named Joey Meyer. Now, Joey Meyer played in the major leagues for a couple of brief seasons with the Brew Crew, 1988 and 89. He had 18 home runs in those 2 years, so, decent slugger, first baseman guy. Joey Meyer, 6'3", 260, big guy.
That is a big guy.
Right? He's from Honolulu. He went to Hawaii University. Anyway, he was playing with the Denver Zephyrs of the minor leagues, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was before the Colorado Rockies existed, 1987. The game was at Mile High Stadium, and they have video of this if you want to see it. That's all I'm saying to everybody. 582 feet on the home run. And they still, to this day, said this is the longest home run anyone has ever hit in a professional baseball history. Now, I watched the video. It did not blow me away. But I wonder if that's because of the whole scene. It happened at Mile High Stadium. If you watch the video, Joey Meyer, Meyer, he homers into a completely empty deck of fans. There's no one sitting out there.
Wow. What Joey Meyer? I'm going to look for
it. It was in Mile High Stadium in Denver. Remember, the Rockies even played at Mile High Stadium the first couple of years of their existence. But this is a minor league game back in 1987. There's no one sitting out there. The ball just rattles around in the second deck at Mile High Stadium, but they call it the longest home run ever hit if you care to see it.
I'm going to try to put it up on the stream because I just put up the other ones.
Do you know who's hit the longest home run in Padres history since the StatCast era? Do you know who it is? You may remember it when I tell you, but I don't think you'll think of it.
I don't know.
Do you have a good guess?
Do I have a good guess?
Who would you guess has hit the longest home run in the StatCast era for the Padres? I know
Fernando?
Fernando's right up there, but I know who I would have guessed. Franmil Reyes. To me, the longest home run I've ever seen hit by a Padre was Franmil Reyes at Petco Park, the one that bounced out in the Girardelli, whatever they call it now. They used to call it.
They call it the Gallagher Square.
Gallagher Square. I say Girardelli Square.
That's in San Francisco.
Right. The one that bounces out there and just keeps on rolling. That, to me, is the longest one I've ever hit. Well, that is the longest home run ever hit by a Padre at Petco Park.
Really? Okay.
Franmil. But it's not the longest ever hit by a Padre.
Someone just said it. Franchi Cordero.
I
do remember
Very good to who's ever out there and got that. Yeah. It was at Chase Field, Diamondbacks. Franchi Cordero. That's just funny to me. Neither of those guys is a decent, even major league ball player.
Franmil's not even in the league anymore. I don't think Franchi is either.
No, neither of them. But they've got two of the longest ever.
All right, I have the home run up on the screen now.
The Joey Meyer one?
Yes.
Yeah, watch it if you want to see it. Have you seen it yet, Scrape?
I have not.
I watch it.
Okay.
Press play.
I'm pressing
Now, there's
play.
a few fans sitting there behind home plate. But watch when this ball goes out of the ballpark.
Oh, wow.
There is no one out there.
Literally, there's one person.
Right. And the ball goes up in the second deck there at Mile High Stadium, and I guess they judge that to be 582 feet.
Wow.
But it doesn't blow you away. Like, it doesn't take your breath away.
No.
Like some of the other monster shots.
No, if you could see where the ball landed, it would be
it was far.
Much more impressive.
Right.
But, yeah, Joey Meyer.
Joey Meyer is your guy.
Okay. All right, that's it for...
What do you got coming up on the Skraby Chronicles? Anything exciting?
Oh, actually, I'm going to be talking about an article I found that says that streaming may go the way of Napster soon. Meaning,
does that make it more difficult for me to download stuff?
No, it means that people are going to start using free streaming services rather than pay.
It's been eradicated by now, has it not?
No, but it's just like they're saying it could be like a Napster type thing where it just disrupts the industry.
Okay.
Also, Dylan Cease, of course. We're going to talk about that trade.
All the trade rumors?
Yeah, all the trade rumors.
All right. Cease was the loser today. The Marlins were the winner, 3-2. And the Padres are 55-47. They're heading to St. Louis tomorrow. Darvish starts in Busch Stadium against Sonny Gray of the Cardinals. One score to update for you. Yankees 4, Toronto 4. Big game in the AL East, bottom of the 6th. Tying home run hit in the top of the 6th by some guy named Judge.
Oh, yeah.
His 37th of the year. Cal Raleigh is still the leader. 39 for the dumper.
For the dumper. You're all about the name now.
Everybody is, aren't they not?
Yeah, no, everybody is. I agree with that.
Schwarber hit number 34 tonight. For the Phillies, they're still down 6-5 to the Bo Sox. So Ohtani hit number 37 today, 5th game in a row. Skraby's got everything else. Wrapping up the evening. Don't forget, tomorrow we got Padres Roundtable, 10 a.m. I'll be there, so we'll see you then. But don't go anywhere. Skraby's Chronicles next.
That's right.
97.3 The Fan.